Namaskar, everyone. Good evening to everybody. Are you able to hear me? Please give a thumbs up if you can hear me. Great. All right. So let people join in, but since 6 p.m. was the official time for starting the webinar, we'll start right away. Just give me a moment so that I can share my screen, and let's get on with it. I welcome you all to the Ashtaang Chikitsa webinar. My name is Anil Chauhan and I'll be your host for today's webinar. I'm a part of an organization called Avisa Healing and Fitness Private Limited. In today's webinar, we'll present to you a unique therapy for curing Neuro Musculoskeletal problems that you or someone in your family may be suffering from, but have not yet found any permanent relief, despite spending a lot of money and a lot of time also. I'd like to introduce you to Swami Rajvibhu. He's a rare Kumbhak yogi, and what Kumbhak means, we'll get to know in a short while. Swami Rajvibhu, he's been transforming lives of thousands of people who have not found any relief, even after years of using allopathic medicine, and not only in India, but Europe and the USA as well. He's taken people out of chronic diseases like thyroid, BP, heart, diabetes, and even life-threatening disease like cancer. You'll get to hear from him in a short while from now. At Avisa Healing and Fitness, we are reviving the Ashtaang Chikitsa. Just by the name itself, Chikitsa, you must have already guessed that this is something traditional, and it had been a part of our culture, Indian culture, but lost and forgotten. So Swami Rajvibhu, and with help from Avisa Healing and Fitness, we are trying to revive the whole therapy, which uses no medicines, no supplements, just the body's own natural strength creating mechanism, which you'll get to hear from Swamiji in detail. When we say structure of the human body, the musculoskeletal system is one of them. How the structure of the human body can function at its best possible way, that's our purpose at Avisa. And it's a profound way of addressing the aspects of a human body. Who is this webinar for? This is for people who are tired of temporary solutions and are looking for a natural and permanent solution. This is for people who want to take charge of their health in their own hands and are willing to work on themselves to come out of their health problems. So that's what this webinar is for. If you're looking for a pill or a magic pill, this may not be for you, because this will require, the therapy will require commitment from your side in terms of some financial aspect, and the other thing, the most important, is the time. Reversing neuromusculoskeletal problems with Ashtaang Chikitsa, freedom from pain and medicine. That's the goal, to get out of medicine by using Ashtaang Chikitsa. What is covered in the Ashtaang Chikitsa? The body is balanced at 8 levels. You will get to hear in detail from Swamiji in a short while. I'll be playing the recorded video, and after that he'll be coming live for the question answer session. So Srishti Sharir, Garbha Sharir, Dosha Sharir, Marma Sharir, Pramana Sharir, Sankhya Sharir, Prakriti Sharir, Vikriti Sharir. All these will be explained by Swamiji as to what they mean, what they are. These are 8 softwares, that's what he calls them. And what all can Ashtaang Chikitsa help with? What all can it cure? These are some problems, some general common problems which Ashtaang Chikitsa can cure. Knee pain, lower back pain, hip issues, pain in the leg, drop foot, spine related issue, slip disc bulge, weak spine, spondylitis, frozen shoulder, drooping shoulder, tennis elbow, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, dislocation, neuropathy, and lot more. These are some of the common ones. So without wasting much of your time, we'll straight away get to hear Swamiji, and I'll just give me 2 seconds and I'll play the video. And after that, Swamiji will be live for the question answer session. Just give me 2 seconds. And you can write down your questions in the chat so that when Swamiji comes, then you've already done that work. And you'll be able to ask by unmuting yourself and asking him directly. But in the meantime, you can type in the chat also so that the questions are saved. Just give me a few more moments.
So let's start. Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. We are talking about Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. आपके शरीर में हड्डियों का, मांसपेशियों का और नसों का जो गठजोड़ होता है, they actually create every movement in your body. आपके शरीर में वही movement create करता है. So I'll take one example and let's go ahead understanding why problem happens and what is the solution. मैं एक एग्जाम्पल से शुरू करूंगा और उसको लेके हम समझेंगे. So suppose what is the most common problem at this point of time? सबसे common problem क्या है आज के समय? Knee pain. Let's take knee pain as an example and understand what we are talking about. हम बात क्या कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में knee pain से start करते हैं, right? So some person who got an injury in one of the knees will get a knee problem in that leg. है कि नहीं? अगर एक नी इंजरी किसी का हो जाता है तो वो उस घुटने में उसको परेशानी होगी. और स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन हु हैज समहाउ डैमेज्ड वन नी, एक अगर घुटने को किसी तरीके से एक स्पोर्ट्स के पर्सन ने, एक बंदे ने अगर डैमेज कर दिया है तो वहां पे प्रॉब्लम आएगी. बट दैट इज लोकलाइज्ड प्रॉब्लम. डज एवरीबडी हैज डैमेज देयर नीज? क्या सभी ने अपना नी डैमेज कर दिया? नो. People are still getting into problem. Then when you go to the doctor with your knee problem, जब आप एक डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं अपने घुटने की प्रॉब्लम लेके, and the most common thing that you hear is degeneration in the joint. जो सबसे कॉमन चीज है, जो सबसे पहले डॉक्टर बोलता है वो तो आपके घुटने घिस गए हैं, isn't it? Degeneration. So the next thing can be degeneration. यानी कि आपके नी घुटने में जो कार्टिलेज था वो बन नहीं रहा, वो घिस रहा है, वो प्रॉपरली बन नहीं रहा, उसको बनना भी चाहिए था, रीजनरेशन भी होना चाहिए. रीजनरेशन इज ऑल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस ह्यूमन सिस्टम, बट रीजनरेशन इज नॉट हैपनिंग प्रॉपरली. डीजनरेशन इज हैपनिंग. दूसरा कारण हो गया, नाउ सम पर्सन गोज टू अ डॉक्टर विथ अ सोलोन नी, इन्फ्लेमेशन इन द नी. लालीपना है उसके घुटने में, इन्फ्लेमेशन है, सूजन है. The doctor will still say there is a localized problem at the knee. वो कहेगा एक्सरे करा लो, वो कहेगा जाके स्कैन करा लो, सीटी स्कैन करा लो. And he would try to see the problem there itself. वहीं पे वो प्रॉब्लम ढूंढने की कोशिश करेगा और सोल्यूशन ढूंढने की कोशिश करेगा. But do you know why inflammation happen in your body? Why inflammation क्यों होता है? सूजन क्यों हो जाती है आपके जोड़ों पे? शायद आपका लिवर ठीक नहीं है. If your liver gets impacted, there will be inflammation in the body. If your digestion is not proper, there will be inflammation in the body. Third thing, if there is an increased uric acid in your body, your kidney is not functioning properly, then also there will be inflammation. So क्या इसका रीजन ढूंढा गया आपके लिए? Why this inflammation is happening? No. So even if you go for a liver test, liver will not show any sign of damage till it gets damaged to 95%. 95% जब तक लिवर का डैमेज नहीं होगा तब तक लिवर के टेस्ट में कुछ भी नहीं आने वाला. So your problem will remain undiagnosed. Usually these diagnoses are not done. तो इन्फ्लेमेशन क्यों है यहां पे, आपके जॉइंट में प्रॉब्लम क्यों? बिकॉज देयर इज अ लिवर प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज देयर इज अ किडनी प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज देयर इज एन इशू विथ डाइजेशन. नाउ रचना जी सेड after menopause osteoporosis, osteoarthritis is very common. Yes, what does it mean also? आपका घुटना का दर्द क्या रीजन क्या हो सकता है? हार्मोन इंबैलेंस, isn't it? Another reason is hormone imbalance. हार्मोन इंबैलेंस होगा तब भी आपके घुटने में दर्द आएगा, कमर में दर्द आएगा, लोअर बैक पेन एंड योर नी पेन कैन हैपन. सो व्हाट आर यू डूइंग टू बैलेंस योर हार्मोन्स? देयर इज नो वे, कोई तरीका नहीं है. नाउ इफ द ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस हैज हैपेंड, हड्डियां अगर ब्रिटल हो गई, कमजोर हो गई हैं, पोरस हो गई हैं, बहुत जल्दी टूटने की आशंका रहती है इसके अंदर. इफ दे हैव बिकम ब्रिटल बाय कैल्शियम, हाउ मेनी पीपल हैव कम आउट ऑफ ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस by taking calcium? Not even a single example. एक भी example नहीं है. Rather, do you know if you take long-term calcium, the chances of breast cancer will increase by 200%. So I'm just trying to tell you, don't see problem as a localized deficiency or disalignment or some kind of a breakdown at a localized position. The discrepancy at a localized position is not the only way to look at a problem. It can happen due to many reasons. So what we are talking about is there are 8 major factors, 8 कारण हैं because of which one problem happens, जिसकी वजह से एक problem आती है. So if you really want to come out of problem, then you will have to work upon these 8 factors. 8 कारणों पे काम करना पड़ेगा. This is Ashtaang Chikitsa. Now, in the last 50 years, पिछले 50 साल, 100 साल तक का आप ले जा सकते हैं. There is example for that. Nobody has come out of their issues. घुटने आज तक किसी के ठीक नहीं हुए ना. Nobody has come out of their knee problem. ज्यादा से ज्यादा to the extreme, what the doctor will say, do a knee replacement. अपने घुटने बदलवा लीजिए. So what does it mean? It cannot be treated. According to the modern treatment, it cannot be treated. ये ठीक हो ही नहीं सकता. So I would tell you to remember your grandfather, grandmother. अपने दादा दादी नाना नानी को याद करें सर. क्या उनको इतनी एज में प्रॉब्लम थी? Did they have problem at this age? No. So why deterioration or the problem was not happening at that time to this scale? इस स्केल में उस समय प्रॉब्लम हो ही नहीं रही थी. आज क्यों हो रही है? Because the system has gone weak and we are not doing anything on this human body to strengthen it. इसको मजबूत करने के लिए, स्ट्रॉन्ग करने के लिए हम कोई काम नहीं कर रहे. So let's start Ashtaang Chikitsa. The first thing, when I'm talking about Sharira, the word Sharira means body and mind both. जब मैं आपको बोलूंगा शरीर, तो इसका मतलब body as well as mind. Because in कुंभक पद्धति, in कुंभक कलाचार और आयुर्वेद कलाचार, in yoga कलाचार, there is nothing called as mind separately. It's always sharira. Both body and mind complex is called as sharira. मैं एक एग्जांपल दूं आपको. Let's take example. Open your mouth and try to think. अपना मुंह खोलिए और सोचने की कोशिश कीजिए. Open your mouth and try to think. Oh, it becomes difficult. 50 किताबें पढ़ लीजिए, दिमाग को रोकने का कोई तरीका नहीं मिलेगा. And just a little bit, if you know how it works, ये काम कैसे करता है, अगर ये आपको मालूम चल गया तो एकदम से पकड़ लेते हैं. You just catch it then and there. तो मुंह खोल के आप सोच नहीं पा रहे. So is your action and your mind different? Is your body and mind different? No, it is not different. ये अलग नहीं. So your body and mind complex constantly strives to live. ये आपका शरीर हमेशा एक जद्दोजहद में रहता है जिंदा रहने के. हाँ या ना? So there is something called as prakriti, new cellular formation. नए नए सेल्स और टिश्यूज आपके शरीर में बनते हैं. एंड there is another aspect called vikriti. Lot of cells which has aged, they die. बहुत सारे ऐसे सेल्स और टिश्यू जो आपके शरीर में काम नहीं कर पा रहे ठीक से, वो खत्म हो जाते हैं. After a certain time period, certain age, they wear off. This is wearing off is called as vikriti, and production is called as prakriti. Right? ये दो चीज हमेशा चल रही है. There has to be a balance of these two things, manufacturing and release. ये दो चीजें हमेशा बैलेंस में होना चाहिए. Now I'm giving you another example. We will take examples so that you understand what I'm saying. बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल लेंगे समझने के लिए कि हम क्या बोल रहे हैं. ये these are things you know already, but you are not paying attention to your body. आप ये चीज जानते ही हैं मगर वहां पे ध्यान नहीं जा रहा आपका. So when there is a polluted area, you enter a polluted area. एक बहुत ही प्रदूषित जगह पे आप जाते हैं. If you watch your breath, अगर अपनी सांसों को जरा ध्यान दे सांसों पे, what happens more, inhalation or exhalation? जरा सोचिए, प्लीज थिंक अबाउट इट, बिकॉज योर बॉडी इज द प्राइमरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. क्या करते हैं आप? ज्यादा इनहेल करते हैं, ज्यादा एक्सहेल करते हैं? ज्यादा सांस लेते हैं, छोड़ते हैं? ज्यादा छोड़ते हैं आप, लेना नहीं चाहते हो. योर बॉडी डजंट वांट टू. अगर धुआं कहीं भरा है तो आप देखेंगे आपकी सांस रुक जाती है. यू डोंट टेक इन, यू ट्राई टू एक्सहेल मोर. इफ यू गेट टायर्ड, अगर आप थक जाते हैं, व्हाट इज टायर्डनेस? थकना क्या हुआ? लॉट ऑफ टॉक्सिन्स इन द बॉडी, इजंट इट? What do? You do long exhalation. This is what you do. You do long exhalation, less inhalation. Now, for holidays, if you go to a hill station, अगर holiday के लिए आप hill station में गए, what happens more, inhalation or exhalation? If you observe, you inhale more. जब भी आपके शरीर में सही सिचुएशन मिलती है, देयर इज अ राइट सिचुएशन, योर बॉडी वांट्स टू मैन्युफैक्चर मोर, इट इनहेल्स मोर. व्हेन देयर इज अ बैड सिचुएशन, योर बॉडी वांट्स टू थ्रो आउट मोर. आपका शरीर चीजें बाहर निकालना चाहता है, मोर एक्सहेलेशन. सो हाउ इज योर एनवायरमेंट, नियर बाय एनवायरमेंट? आपने आसपास के वातावरण का क्या हाल किया है? आपने नहीं, मैं तो कहूंगा सभी ह्यूमैनिटी. आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट ह्यूमैनिटी, आई एम जस्ट सेइंग इट इन दैट वे. हमने क्या किया? वातावरण का खराब कर दिया. डू यू थिंक योर बॉडी वांट्स टू इनहेल मोर और एक्सहेल मोर? इट वांट्स टू इनहेल लेस एंड एक्सहेल मोर. सो इज कंस्ट्रक्शन हैपनिंग मोर और डिस्ट्रक्शन हैपनिंग मोर? लॉट ऑफ डिस्ट्रक्शन, नो कंस्ट्रक्शन. सो आपके घुटने घिसेंगे कि नहीं घिसेंगे? बन तो रहे नहीं, आपने सिचुएशन नहीं छोड़ी. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ फूड यू आर ईटिंग? भोजन कैसा करना चाह रहे हैं? Genetically modified food, isn't it? Your body doesn't want to take it. लेना नहीं चाहता, कभी कभी उल्टी कर देता है, बाहर निकाल देता है. Your body pukes it out also sometimes. वो बाहर निकालना चाहता है, it doesn't want to take in. So regeneration will happen more or degeneration will happen more? Degeneration will happen more. And correlated with the situation. इसीलिए आपके joints घिस रहे हैं, उनमें दर्द आ रहा है. Regeneration नहीं हो रहा, नई चीजें नहीं बन रही, घिसे जा रहे हैं. So there is an imbalance of prakriti and vikriti. इसका बैलेंस होना चाहिए था, मगर ये बैलेंस नहीं हो पा रहा है. So ये दो का अगर आप बैलेंस नहीं बनाएंगे, there is no chance of recovery. So what are you doing to create a balance of these two things? You are not doing anything. तो अपना ट्रीटमेंट करेंगे नहीं तो होगा कैसे? First of all, so this is the first thing that we need to get to, a balance of prakriti and vikriti, a balance of regeneration and degeneration, and there is a method to do it. इसका एक तरीका है करने का. अगर आप अपने आप को बचाना चाहते हैं, what do you do? Somebody is hitting you, कोई आपको मार रहा है, you feel damage ना, you think there will be a damage. What do you do? क्या करते हैं आप? सांस रोक के टाइट कर लेते हैं अपने आप को. You hold your breath and tense your body, isn't it? Yes or no? आप जानते हैं इस बात को, ऐसा नहीं है. Whatever I am saying, you know it already. तो आप सांस रोक के बचाते हैं ना. अगर हॉरर मूवी देख रहे हैं, if you are watching a horror movie, there are certain scenes that you don't want to watch. देखना नहीं चाहते ना, हाथ रख लेते हैं आंखों पे. एक बच्चे को देखो. See a kid, the kid will close the eyes. So you hold your senses also to protect yourself. अपने आप को बचाने के लिए अपनी दृष्टि को, कहीं पे खराब स्मेल आया तो आप रोक लेते हैं ना सांस. You hold your breath. If there is a bad sound, you close your ears. आप नहीं सुनना चाहते इसको. You hold your senses. So holding your breath, holding your senses is called as kumbhak. इसको नाम दे रहे हैं हम. So it is not just breath hold, it is the hold of senses also. आपकी पंच तन्मात्राएं जो है, शब्द, स्पर्श, रूप, रस, गंध, all the 5 senses. You hold the senses to protect yourself. So there is a way of creating more prakriti and balance out the vikriti. You can't stop vikriti. देखिए आप degeneration stop नहीं कर सकते. This is a natural process of life. You will age, but you must age gracefully. ठीक है, तो how to balance vikriti? There is a method to balance vikriti. Ashtaang Chikitsa will give you that method to enhance prakriti and balance the vikriti. So then, next thing, when there is a regeneration, कोई नई चीज पैदा हो रही है, so it will expand, isn't it? वो फैलेगा. एक शिशु इतना छोटा सा पैदा होता है. There is a little infant which gets born, and then the infant expands, isn't it? This expansion factor is called as samkhya. The real word for expansion is samkhya or proportionate expansion. This is called as proportionate expansion. सही तरीके से संतुलित विस्तार, इसको क्या कहेंगे? संतुलित विस्तार. Suppose your one hand becomes long, the other hand remains short. एक हाथ लंबा हो गया, एक हाथ छोटा रह गया. Will you get joint problem in one of the shoulders? आपको एक shoulder में joint problem आएगी ना? So if you have one leg a little longer than the other leg, एक पांव ज्यादा लंबा है, दूसरा पांव थोड़ा छोटा है, so you'll get knee pain in one leg. आपके एक पांव में knee pain होगा. You'll get hip pain at one side of the hip. If your body is not aligned, the right side and the left side is not aligned, you will get a problem. Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. अगर आपकी एक muscles खिंच गए because of uneven expansion, skin ढीली हो जाती है ना, skin becomes flabby when there is an uneven expansion. You get stretch marks, isn't it? You know what is stretch mark? You get stretch mark because there is an uneven expansion. असंतुलित विस्तार अगर होता है तो भी आपकी बॉडी में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है. At muscles, at joints. आपकी मांसपेशियों में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है, मांसपेशियां फट सकती है, आपके जॉइंट में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है ना, वहां पे. So disalignment, if you see at this point of time, most of the people do not even walk straight. The way we are sitting, the way we are living our life, we don't even sit straight. कितने लोग सीधा बैठते हैं? You always take a back rest, isn't it? So there is always, there will be, if you don't use your body proportionately, there will be disalignment. और आपकी joint problem disalignment की वजह से भी हो सकती है. There are three basic disalignment that happens in the body. 3 basic disalignment है. Nabhi, your navel can get disaligned. We call it dharan. Your chest can get disaligned. आपकी छाती disaligned हो सकती है. That part is called as kaudi. And your legs can get disaligned. आपके जांघें disaligned हो सकती है. That is called as nale in the local terminology. Nabhi, kaudi, nale. Now, if your navel get disaligned, you'll get into digestive issue, metabolic issue. आजकल diabetes बहुत हो रहा है ना? आजकल diabetes बहुत हो रहा है. Do you know one of the reason of diabetes is disalignment of the navel? But nobody is correcting it. If you have asthma or allergies, respiratory disease, corona is also a respiratory thing. People's respiratory capacity is going down because of the disalignment of kaudi or the chest factor and the disalignment of the thighs or the legs will get you into hip problem, knee problem, ankle problem, sciatica, those kind of things. So what are you doing to balance it? आप क्या कर रहे हैं इसको बैलेंस करने के लिए? तो एक काम करें, लेट्स सी हाउ डू वी बैलेंस. हम बैलेंस कैसे करते हैं देखें जरा. अपने दाएं हाथ को पकड़ लें, होल्ड योर राइट हैंड ओवर द टॉप एंड ट्राई टू पुल इट. खींचने की कोशिश करें. जस्ट पुल ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड. बाईं तरफ खींचने की कोशिश करें. व्हेन यू पुल, व्हाट यू डू? ये जोर लगाने के लिए आप क्या करते हैं? यू होल्ड योर ब्रेथ. यस और नो? सांस रोकी आपने? Even if you have to align yourself, what is the basic key? वो कुंजी क्या है? वो चाबी क्या है? It is kumbhak. It is holding your breath. So if you use breath hold in a particular manner, you can align the whole body. That is what we teach in Ashtaang Chikitsa, how to align your body. And once your body is aligned, you will feel very light. आपको हल्का महसूस होगा. You lose excess of weight. जो भी आपके शरीर में बचाने के लिए शरीर ने कुछ भी किया है वो आपका ठीक हो जाएगा. So संख्या शरीर, this is the second factor. Now again, if you have to align or sankhya, if you have to correct the sankhya, you have to use kumbhak. Now let's go to the third part, pramana. Now one more thing in sankhya, what I want to actually tell you that there is a way of doing a movement and holding the breath. अगर आपको तरीका पता है ना, how to align, how you want to align your navel, how you want to align, how you can align your chest. अगर ये तरीका पता है ना, then only you will be able to align. So it needs a little commitment. एक थोड़ा committed atmosphere चाहिए होता है उसके लिए. That is why we teach it in the class. हम क्लास में सिखाते हैं. Now the fourth aspect, pramana sharira, prakriti, vikriti, sankhya, pramana. चौथे पे आ गए हम. pramana. Pramana means density. इसका मतलब होता है density, गुरुत्व, भार. Density. इसी को धातु भी कहते हैं. We call it धातु. There are different types of tissue in your body, isn't it? आपके शरीर में अलग अलग तरीके के कोशिकाएं हैं. Like bone is very much dense. हड्डी जो है वो बहुत भारी होती है. Your muscles is less denser than your bone. आपकी जो मांसपेशियां हैं वो उससे कम घनत्व है उसमें. और आपके फैट में एडिपोज टिश्यू जिसे कहते हैं, योर फैट मसल, वो योर फैट टिश्यू और एडिपोज टिश्यू इज वेरी लाइट कंपेयर टू द मसल्स एंड बोन्स. जिनके शरीर में मसल ज्यादा होगा उनका वेट ज्यादा होता है. पीपल हु हैव डेंसर बोन्स एंड मसल्स, देयर वेट इज हाई इवन दो दे आर लीन. वो पतले होने के बाद भी उनका भार ज्यादा होता है. So there are different kinds of tissues. This is called as sapta dhatu. 7 different density tissue की है आपके शरीर में. There are 7 different densities, tissue of different densities. रस, रक्त, मांस, मेद, अस्थि, मज्जा, शुक्र. These are 7 densities. ये अलग अलग भार के tissues हैं. If the densities becomes less, if you lose the density, your organ functioning will not happen properly. आपके अंदर जितने भी organs है, heart, liver, lungs, kidney, ये जितने भी organs है ना, इनको काम करने के लिए there is a density required. So we are losing on the density of our organ. हमारी organ weak हो रही है. What is diabetes? Your pancreas is not functioning properly. Your liver is not functioning properly. What is hypothyroidism? Your thyroid gland is not functioning properly. है ना? It has also a relation with liver. What is kidney disease? Your kidney is not functioning properly. Organ damage आजकल ज्यादा है. You will see more chronic disease are there. है ना? Organ से related disease. So how do you correct your organ? Suppose there is a joint pain due to liver dysfunction. Liver के कारण आपके शरीर में joint pain है, inflammation. So you will have to correct the liver. आपको liver ठीक करना पड़ेगा. Is there a medicine to correct liver? No, there is no medicine to rejuvenate your organ. आज तक कोई दवाई नहीं बनी है आपके हार्ट को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके किडनी को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके लिवर को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके पैनक्रियास को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके लंग्स को. देयर इज नो मेडिसिन. देयर कैन नॉट बी अ मेडिसिन. दवाई हो ही नहीं सकती है. सो यू विल हैव टू वर्क इंटरनली. आपको अंदर काम करना पड़ेगा. अंदर आप काम कैसे कर सकते हैं? बाहर तो कर सकते हैं. यू कैन डू एक्सरसाइज, यू कैन डू वेट ट्रेनिंग, इजंट इट? But people into sports and weight training and exercise, they also get diabetes, they also get heart attack. 40-40 साल के जवान जो है वो बॉडी बिल्डर्स, वो हार्ट अटैक आ रहा है. एक्सरसाइज कैन नॉट रिजुविनेट योर ऑर्गन. एक्सरसाइज से आपका हार्ट स्ट्रांग नहीं होने वाला. सो हाउ विल इट हैपन? ये होगा कैसे? शुड वी डू ए लिटिल एक्सपेरिमेंट? एक एक्सपेरिमेंट करें. नाउ कीप योर लेफ्ट पाम लाइक दिस. अपने बाएं हथेली को ऐसा रखें, दाएं मुट्ठी बांध ले दाएं हाथ से. मेक अ फिस्ट फ्रॉम द राइट हैंड. कीप योर लेफ्ट पाम लाइक दिस एंड ट्राई टू पुश योर लेफ्ट पाम वेरी हार्ड. जोर से धक्का दीजिए अपने बाएं हथेली को. पुश कीजिए, जोर से पुश कीजिए. हाउ डू यू क्रिएट दिस स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ पुशिंग? ये जो शक्ति आप क्रिएट करेंगे, जो स्ट्रेंथ पैदा कर रहे हैं धक्का देने का, कैसे कर रहे हैं? यू आर होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ. यू आर होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ बिहाइंड. करके देखिए दोबारा. अगेन डू इट अगेन. सी, पुश इट हार्ड. यू होल्ड योर ब्रेथ. सांस रोकते हैं आप, बट सांस रोक के बाय होल्डिंग द ब्रेथ, वेयर आर यू क्रिएटिंग द ट्रिगर? वो ट्रिगर कहां, वो एफर्ट कहां क्रिएट कर रहे हैं? यहां पे कर रहे हैं एफर्ट, बाहर कर रहे हैं, एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट डाल रहे हैं ना. यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट. बाय होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट. सो व्हेन यू लिफ्ट समथिंग, तो ये भार आप उठाते हैं. सो हाउ डू यू लिफ्ट वेट? वेट कैसे लिफ्ट करते हैं? यू होल्ड योर ब्रेथ. यू कांट लिफ्ट वेट विदाउट होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ. You hold your breath and when you lift weight with the right hand, suppose कीजिए आप दाएं हाथ से वेट उठा रहे हैं, the trigger goes to the right hand muscles. दाएं हाथ के मसल में ट्रिगर चला जाता है and this becomes strong. Your right hand muscle grows. ऐसा ही होता है ना, बॉडी बिल्डिंग ऐसे ही होता है ना. This is how weight training and body building happens, isn't it? So by holding the breath you are creating an external trigger. Now very important part of this webinar. You hold your breath and do not move your body. What will happen? आप सांस रोक लें, अपने शरीर को बिल्कुल ना हिलाएं. क्या होगा? What will happen? You are not creating an external trigger. अब बाहरी दिशा नहीं दे रहे इसको, तो कहां जाएगा ये? डायरेक्शन कहां जाएगा? Internally, your heart rate will increase. आपके हार्ट बीट से हो जाएगी ना, गर्मी लगने लग जाएगी शरीर. You start sweating after some time. पसीना आ जाएगा. Where did the trigger go? Inside. So by breath hold, you can create an internal trigger. Can you direct it towards your heart, towards your liver, towards your kidney, towards your thyroid, towards the other organ and make it strong? इसके अलावा कोई चारा नहीं है. देख लीजिए. How you made one hand more stronger than the other? एक हाथ कैसे आपका ज्यादा ताकतवर हो गया दूसरे से? Because you worked with that hand more, isn't it? आपने उस हाथ से ज्यादा काम किया. And how did you work? Breath hold and direction. Breath hold and direction. That hand became strong. So if you do breath hold and direction inside, that organ will become strong. This is the only way. There is no other way. So how you can rejuvenate your liver? How you can make your liver strong? How you can make your heart strong? By us creating a specific direction. This is Kumbhak therapy, which is a part of Ashtaang Chikitsa. So how do you correct the Pramana Sharira or the organ body? By creating an internal trigger. ठीक है? तो और दूसरा तरीका, there is no medicine for that. कोई दवाई नहीं है उसके लिए. And there cannot be a medicine. कोई दवाई बन नहीं सकती. So at this point of time, everybody's organ is getting weak. Not even people like you. For youngsters also. छोटे बच्चों के भी organ weak हो रहे हैं. इस वक्त ये जरूरी है कि अंदरूनी काम किया जाए. It is important to work inside and rejuvenate your organ, make your organ strong. Now let's come to the other part, which is marma. Your organ, muscles, bones, they all work together, isn't it? आपका heart, आपके muscles, your nervous system, muscles, bones, they all work together. If you take out heart, you will not be able to move. You will not be able to live. If you take out liver, you will not be able to live. So they all work together. So there are junctions. ऐसी जगह है जहां पे की मूवमेंट होती है. There are junctions. Muscle and nerve junction. Muscle and bone junction. Two bones and there is a junction. ऐसा ही है ना? दो हड्डियों के बीच में एक जोड़ है. Organ आपकी आंतों के बीच में. Lungs, organs and the external body is connected. ये सब जुड़ी हुई हैं कहीं ना कहीं जुड़ी हुई. ये जो जंक्शन पॉइंट है, दिस जंक्शन पॉइंट ऑफ द वेरियस ऑर्गन्स इज कॉल्ड एज मर्मा. if this junction point is okay, lubricated and flexible, you can perform better. अगर ये जंक्शन पॉइंट ठीक से काम कर रहे हैं, ठीक से मूवमेंट कर रहे हैं, तो आपका शारीरिक मूवमेंट ठीक से होगा. Your organ function will happen properly. So these are called murmurs. So murmur needs a constant rejuvenation. इनको कॉन्स्टेंटली एक तरीके से मूवमेंट देना पड़ता है. टू कीप इट फाइन, वी नीड टू एक्चुअली make them move in a particular way constantly. For example, I'm giving another example. If your murmurs are not functioning properly, there are two kinds of circulatory movement in your body. आपके शरीर में दो तरीके का मूवमेंट का, blood circulation and lymph circulation. ऐसे मान के चलिए, just think about it, there are tissues and cells. आपकी कोशिकाएं हैं. The waste product gets thrown out of their walls. वो अपने बाहर अपना waste छोड़ देते हैं. And by movement of tissues and cells, these waste product comes to a certain place called joints or lymph node. अंग्रेजी में उनको lymph node कहते हैं. All your joints are lymph node. आप ऐसे कटकाते हैं तो आवाज आती है ना. If you just tense the joints, there will be a sound. टक से आवाज आएगी ना. क्या हुआ? Gases release हुई. There is a release of gases and toxins. So it only happens through movement. वो बिना movement के नहीं होगा. Blood circulation can happen without movement because there is a pumping organ. एक heart है जो blood circulation करवा रहा है. Lymph का कोई circulation नहीं करवा रहा. It will only happen by movement of the body. So if you move the body in a particular way, these toxins, they go out of the body. There is a constant rejuvenation of cells. Internal environment साफ बनेगा आपका, तभी there will be प्रकृति, new cellular form, better cellular formation. अगर वो environment ठीक नहीं होगा, तो wrong cellular formation called, and this is called as cancer. गलत सेल बनते हैं तो कैंसर कहते हैं ना उसी को. So because of an internal environment, cancer happens because of a cancerous environment. और उसके लिए, if you want to come out of that, then there should be constant rejuvenation of murmur. तो इसमें हम murmur, Ashtanga Chikitsa में, there is a part in Ashtanga Chikitsa, there is a part called as Anganyasa and Murmur Vinyasa, which actually works upon, there is a particular movement in a particular way with a particular kind of breathing. It's a part of Ashtanga Chikitsa. Now go a little further. Now everything is ready for functioning. Now tissues, organ, joint, murmur, सब कुछ तैयार हो गया. Now you function, you live your life, you do movement, you do function. काम होता है ना. तो function, there are three things which are attached to function. तीन चीजें हैं function के साथ में जुड़ी. Material, energy and movement. Function means three things: material, energy and dynamism. इसी को कहते हैं कफ, पित्त, वात. This you must have heard of. आजकल तो बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटी चलती है. WhatsApp यूनिवर्सिटी, Facebook यूनिवर्सिटी, YouTube यूनिवर्सिटी. So everybody is educated. You know, at least you must have heard of these words called Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Most of the people do not know what it is. They try to make an idea. But material, energy and dynamism, Kapha, Pitta, Vata. Most of the problem is attributed to dynamism. वात दोष ज्यादातर प्रॉब्लम के साथ में जुड़ा हुआ है. So what is your joint problem? What is it called as? वात दोष. Right? Movement को आप कंट्रोल कैसे करते हैं? What is vata? Movement. Vata also creates pain. So movement, how do you control movement? If you want to move your hand, how do you control the movement? अगर आप ऐसे ऐसे तेजी से हाथ हिलाए, देखिए पीछे, अपने पीछे देखिए. How do you control this movement? By holding your breath in a particular manner. अपनी सांसों को एक तरीके से चलाते हैं इसके लिए. Yes or no? You control your movement by holding your breath. Without holding your breath, you cannot control your movement. So वात दोष से बाहर आना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? If you want to come out of Vata dosh, what you need to do is control your movement. कुंभक करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं करना पड़ेगा? There is no other way. If you apply joint pain relief sprays or some gel, usse kya hoga? Temporary, you'll get a joint pain relief. Temporary, it's really temporary. क्या आपका घुटना ठीक हो जाएगा? No, it will not happen. So if you want to really have a control over the movement of your body, over your life, then you must practice kumbhak. कोई और चारा है नहीं. So dosha sharir ko, if you want to correct the dosha imbalances in your body, the most potent way is kumbhak. Other ways are also available, but they are less potent. There are medicines, all the herbs, Ayurvedic herbs, they do vata pitta kapha balance, but to a certain extent. केवल एक extent तक ही कर सकते हैं. They can be a little help, but they cannot be cure, rejuvenation. If you do kumbhak for 3 years, you will become 10 years younger. This is called as rejuvenation. So neuro problem, usually कहते हैं neuro problem. Somebody was talking about so what people were talking about, spondylitis and what else? Neuro problem. Now something called as drop foot, neuropathy, है ना? ये चीज आपने सुना होगा. You must have heard of these things. So neuropathy happens on, you don't have a control. Parkinson, again a neuro problem. Huh? There is degenerative disease, which the doctor will say it doesn't become fine. It doesn't. No, there is no solution for that. There are sometimes autoimmune disorder of nervous origin, for which there is no solution. कोई solution है ही नहीं. So I'll tell you some examples. मैं आपको कुछ example बताता हूँ. So there was a person who was suffering from paralysis. A 65-year-old professor of Delhi University or some associate Delhi University का कोई college है उसमें. So he suffered a paralytic stroke and lost sensation in one part of the body. He started doing kumbhak. In 3 months' time, he regained the sensation by almost 95% on that part. Now another example. There is a marathon runner. She's a lady, एक lady marathon runner. She started developing drop foot, uncontrolled legs. She couldn't control her legs. Suddenly, उसका marathon सब बंद हो गया. She was almost like stuck at one place. She started doing kumbhak. And after 4 to 5 months, she reported, I am preparing for next marathon. So there was a person who was suffering from myasthenia gravis, where the muscles are not in control. आंखें पड़कती रहती हैं, muscles हिलते रहते हैं. They are in always fluctuating mode. He started kumbhak, and in 3 months' time, he reported that it's gone maximum, like it's gone about 80 to 85%. It's gone. Another person who was not able to speak for more than 2-3 words. He was not able to speak. Uska voice box related issue tha. It is also a neuro origin. So he started kumbhak. In 4 to 5 months time. He said, I can talk for long now. मैं काफी समय तक अब बोल सकता हूं जो पहले नहीं बोल सकता था. So these are examples of people who have done kumbhak and they have come out of the problem of neuro origin. I'm talking about problems you're talking like Parkinson, paralysis, and neuropathy. You can actually revive. Your whole nervous system can revive. Let's get to the second last part or the 7th Sharira. It is called as Garbha Sharira. Garbha means a quality. The Sanskrit word Garbha means a quality of environment, an environmental quality. So Garbha fundamentally is called as quality, and the quality can be created by something called as samskara. Samskara is a way of creating quality. So Garbha means quality. Garbha quality or genetics are correlated. I'm talking genetics. When you say Garbha Sharira, it is your genetics. Your genetics is responsible for your personality, for the quality of your body. How much your body has potential in what direction, in what vertical. It is your genetics. Isn't it? This is called as Garbha Sharira. The Garbha Sharira gives you the genetics. Can you correct your genetics? It has also some relation with what you call as karma. When we say samskara, it is called as related to what you have done. So your genetics is also what you have done. Your genetics is also what you have done. So can you correct your genetics? Yes, 99% of your genetics can be changed. Now, the modern research says 99% of the total genetical quality is epigenetics, changeable genetics, variable genetics. You can actually change your genetics. So earlier theory of genetics cannot be changed is now been busted. So now you can change your genetics also. If the doctor says, oh, you have a problem because of your genetics, then tell the doctor, please change my genetics, because modern research says genetics can be changed. But they are thinking of stem cells, which is not the right way to approach genetics. I am telling you, Kumbhak is a way to change genetics. When you do Kumbhak, you are actually applying epigenetic triggers inside the body, which will change your genetics. And that's why people into diabetes, they drop their medicine. People of who have blood pressure issues, they don't need a medicine to control their blood pressure. Whatever genetics you say or what is being said in the world today can be changed. But you have to do certain things in a certain way. Only then it will happen. The last part is Shrishti Sharira. Eighth Sharira is Shrishti Sharira. Shrishti means what? In which you are sunk. Like Shrishti for a fish is the sea. एक मछली के लिए समुद्र सृष्टि है. So the water around her is सृष्टि for her. So for human being, the cosmos, ये ब्रह्मांड is सृष्टि. So it applies lot of forces. Na? What is environment? What is universe? Lot of forces acting. Na? You walk on earth in the force which is called as gravity. Gravity pulls you down constantly. Within this gravity, you walk. So you make an effort against gravity and then you walk. There is a very high environment or the pressure of this atmosphere. Atmosphere का pressure है ना आपके ऊपर. उसके बावजूद भी आप move करते हैं, चलते हैं, सब कुछ करते हैं. You do everything. So this is Srishti. The forces of environment is Srishti. Now I am bringing up something very, very unique and important. Now suppose gravity pulls you down. You know this, gravity pulls you down. Why do you grow tall? ग्रेविटी तो आपको नीचे खींचता है ना, गुरुत्वाकर्षण आपको नीचे खींचता है. आप लंबे क्यों हो जाते हैं? एक पेड़ ऊपर क्यों उग जाता है? Why a tree grows up? Why a bird flies? Because you must be applying a force opposite to gravity. Yes or no? आप जोर लगा रहे होंगे ग्रेविटी के विरुद्ध. आप जानते भी नहीं हैं. You don't even know, notice. But you are applying a force opposite to gravity. Suppose कीजिए आपके अंदर this force becomes weak inside you. ग्रेविटी के opposite force लगाना कमजोर हो गया. आपको कैसा फील होगा? How will you feel in your body and mind? You will feel heavy, pulled by gravity. आप उठा नहीं पाएंगे ना, हल्का महसूस नहीं कर पाएंगे. You will not feel light. How will you feel? Heavy. ऊपर नहीं उठा पाएंगे तो नीचे heavy feel करेंगे. Where will the heaviness impact? ये heaviness कहां असर करेगा आपके? Joint पे? It will impact the joint? Yes or no? This heaviness is called as stress. S-T-R-E-S-S. You talk about stress, but आपको मालूम नहीं है stress क्या है. You think situation creates stress. No. Put 10 people in the same situation. 5 will get stressed, 5 will not. It is not the situation. It is your inability to handle a situation creates stress. आपकी क्षमता नहीं है अगर किसी सिचुएशन को हैंडल करने की, तब आपको उसमें स्ट्रेस होगा. So are you doing anything to increase your capability and the capacity to handle situation? No, you're not doing it. So I talked about one force. एक फोर्स के बारे में बात किया. The upward force is called उदाना. In कुंभक कलाचार, in कुंभक विज्ञान, we call it उदाना. इसको हम उदान कहते हैं. Have you heard of this word उड़ान? उड़ान सुना है नाम आपने? उड़ना, उड़ान. This has come from the root udana. That means opposite to gravity force. There are 84 forces which you are struggling every moment from through. 84 अलग-अलग forces में आप काम करते हैं. Your organs function according to these forces. So which force has gone weak in you because of which you have got into one problem? आपके अंदर कौन सा force weak हो गया जिसकी वजह से आप problem में आ गए? That is what we diagnose in Prana Shakti diagnosis. यही Prana Shakti diagnosis है. We find out the force which has become weak in you, and because of that you have got into one problem and then another and then another and then another. This is the root cause. So we do Prana Shakti diagnosis. And in the 9 weeks, you learn the basic module and you get an extra class where the whole module get customized according to your system. 9 हफ्ते तक आप एक module सीखते हैं. There are 3 things in that module which actually takes care of all these 8 aspects. ये 8 चीजों का वो ध्यान रखता है. 3 चीजें हैं. The first one is called as Anganyasa. The second one is called as Hatha Vinyasa. The third one is called as Kumbhak therapy. So in 9 weeks, you learn this module of 3 steps, and then you get an extra class of customization where we diagnose you and customize the whole module according to your system and problem. This is Ashtaang Chikitsa. So it takes care of all the Sharira. Sharira means body and mind complex. Prakriti, Vikriti, Sankhya, Pramana, Marma, Dosha, Garbha, Srishti, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So if you work upon the body, see, you will never get a magic pill. If you wait for eternity, you'll not get a magic pill. कोई magic दवाई नहीं बन सकती शरीर के लिए. Why? Because this body is first of all not designed for chemical medicine. Is your body designed for chemical medicine? No, your body is not designed for chemical medicine. जब आप एक पेट्रोल की गाड़ी लेते हैं तो डीजल डालते हैं उसमें. Would you put diesel into a petrol vehicle? No, never. Common sense, it is designed for petrol. So when your body is not designed for chemical medicine, where does this common sense go? ये common sense कहां चला जाता है इस समय जब हम अपने शरीर को इस्तेमाल करते हैं? That is why more medicine, more disease in the last 50 years. Enough example, isn't it? So you must work upon this. Body is magical. Let me give you this guarantee. ये शरीर बहुत magical है. ये ठीक करता है अपने आप को. This is the only gadget which is self-corrective or it corrects itself. ये खुद को ठीक करता है. आप मौका दें इसको. You empower your system and you'll see magic happening in your life. So it is important. Wherever you invest your time, money, focus, that thing grows. आपने दवाइयों पे इन्वेस्ट किया पिछले 50 सालों में, कितनी बढ़ गई? वो आपको रूल करने लग गए. आप हेल्थ पे इन्वेस्ट कीजिए. Just invest in health and you'll see your health will improve. Not only your health, the health of next generation will improve. So it is our responsibility that we focus on this beautiful system that we have been given or gifted with and transform our lives, make our lives better. So I'll stop here. यहाँ पे मैं रुकूंगा. So the team will take you forward. Team आपको आगे बताएंगे.
Thanks for listening to Swamiji with so much of patience. So before we invite Swamiji for the question answer session, we have some participants from our programs and they'd like to share their experience. I think Bijay sir is here. Let me just put him on spotlight. Vijay sir, you can unmute yourself. I think he's not there, but I'd like to invite Aruna Devi ma'am, and I put you on spotlight. Aruna ma'am, namaskar. Please unmute yourself.
नमस्ते सर, मैं ये अष्टांग चिकित्सा का कोर्स ले रही हूँ। अभी तो 2 महीना पूरा हो गई है, अभी आखिरी पड़ाव में आ रहे हैं हम लोग। मेरे को ये शुरू करने से बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। माने आई एम ओबेस, बहुत भारी हूँ मैं, थोड़ा मेरे को हल्का लग रहा है। पैर दर्द था वो भी थोड़ा कम पड़ा है, और थोड़ा कुछ करने से पूरा भी पूजा करके मेरे को एक तो उम्मीद है I will get cure. This is my firm belief. स्वामी जी जो बता रहे हैं ना हमको सब बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, इसीलिए I am following all these things. I am doing exercise every day without fail.
Okay. Thank you, Aruna ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, sir. Thank you so much.
Now let me just invite Swami ji. Swamiji will be with us in a short while from now. In the meantime, I'll just share some more testimonials from people who've already joined. Just give me a second. And till the time Swamiji joins, we'll just hear from our participants. Give me a moment, please.
Anil sir,
Yes, Neha.
ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा है।
Okay. Just let me check. Swamiji is joined. Is still to join. In the meantime, we can listen to Shobha ma'am.
अरिन सर ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा है.
The audio is not working. Neha?
No sir, no ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा है.
Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, we'd just like to read some testimonials from people who shared with us. We have Devika Raggi ma'am who writes, Ashtaang Chikitsa, I'm so glad that I joined the course feeling much better and backache has reduced by 50%. Trust me folks, these kriyas do work. Only one issue while breathing, that is during inhalation and exhalation during Krishna Vinyas. That's a technical term that's from the course. And the other testimonial that we have is that I've been religiously doing the Kamarband and experienced ease while walking and climbing up the stairs. My energy levels are good and I'm confident. If I practice all that is said by Swamiji, I can see my good health and make a difference to myself and to others. Then Anuradha Jurani ma'am from Delhi, she's written a very long testimonial that I've been attending the Ashtaang Chikitsa program since a couple of months now. The benefits have to be experienced to be believed. I have been having health issues since long and no treatment has been able to cure me. I have muscle neuro issues which causes a lot of pain and has hindered my motor movements to the extent of not being able to do simple tasks at home, and going out was a challenge for me. But since I have started the Kumbhak therapy, it has not only given me immense energy to do my everyday tasks happily, but has also reduced my pain considerably. It has also helped my immune system to develop gradually, as earlier I used to have off and on body aches and fever. The wonderful tips given during the course and the gradual change in my lifestyle has made me a different person altogether at the age of 61 years, though it took me some time to adapt to the healthy lifestyle as guided by respected Swamiji. It has helped me to pull out of lethargy and depression, making me look forward and be positive to get cured completely. I wish I was aware about the therapy long before preventing me from the disease. The therapy is a blessing for people of all ages, young or old. I would like to express my gratitude to Swamiji and the other team members to make me a part of the family. This was Anuradha Jurani ma'am. And Swamiji has just joined, and I'll just unmute him. Namaskar, Swamiji. I'll just start reading the questions. Just give me a second. I'll just start from the top. Okay. So Vidya ma'am writes, is it possible to cure thyroid by and slip disc?
So when you say is it possible to cure, जब आप बोलते हैं क्या ये ठीक हो सकता है, what you are asking is, आप पूछ क्या रहे हैं? एक clearly पहले मैं आपको बता दूं कि what are you asking. So slip disc happens because there is a weakness of the integrity of spine. This is just like a machine, isn't it? It has been integrated in a particular manner with a particular force, it remains integrated. So first of all, either the force of integration has become weak. Second, there is a degeneration at some point. कहीं पे degeneration हो गया है, gap आ गया. Because of that gap, the disc has slipped from its main or from the position it was holding before. One thing, thyroid related issue. When you're saying, can we come out of thyroid? Actually, we don't even know what is thyroid issue. Just by looking at T3, T4, TSH, we are creating an idea that the thyroid is not functioning well. This is not true. The hormone that you use in metabolism is T3, trihydrothyronine. Now your thyroid gland releases T3, T4. Now T4 is a buffer which converts to T3 in your liver. So if your liver is not fine, you will get into thyroid issue. TSH has nothing to do with thyroid gland. It has something to do with pituitary gland. Now, if your TSH is very high, who is responsible? Thyroid? No. Thyroid has nothing to do with TSH. If you get into anxiety, your TSH level will go high. If your fear factor or the way you think, if you are in depression, your TSH will become very high. So what is a thyroid problem? It is not just about thyroid. You must understand what is a thyroid problem. Nobody knows. कोई जानता ही नहीं कि thyroid problem है क्या. And that is why there is no cure. Now let me take one example and let's go towards solution. एक example लेते हैं. Let's suppose your thyroid gland has some problem. Suppose. In most of the cases, this is not true. But I'm saying just suppose, because you think so. Maybe even your doctor doesn't know what is thyroid, but you have been told something and you believe that completely. So it's a believing thing that we have come to. Andhavishwas pe thoda zyada aa gaya. Now suppose your thyroid gland is not fine. What does it mean? Iska matlab kya hota? Thyroid gland theek nahi, iska matlab kya hota? What does it mean? That it has become weak. Yes or no? Thyroid weak hoga. Now, either the force which makes the thyroid function has become weak, or there is a degeneration. We also call Hashimoto or thyroiditis. These are situations related to thyroid gland. So what has happened? Degeneration has happened in your thyroid. Same principle pe aa gaya na? Same principle in slip disc also, in thyroid issue also. Either there is a force which maintains the integrity of your spine has become weak, or your thyroid has become weak, or there is a degeneration in your spine or in your thyroid. इतनी बात समझ में आ गई, clear cut समझ में आ गया. Hashimoto, thyroid, you don't know. Thyroid problem, you don't know. You think thyroid is a problem. So problem मैंने आपको समझाया ना. Either the force or the organ. Organ degeneration, force weakness. ये दो चीजें हो गया. Now, can you regenerate your organs? So let's start from talking about, can you regenerate something on your body? शरीर पे कुछ regeneration कर सकते हैं क्या? So should I give you an example? एक example लेते हैं. Let's do an experiment. यहीं पे कर लेते हैं, आपको पता चलेगा how it can be done. टेक अ 2 लीटर बॉटल, 2 लीटर वाटर बॉटल, है ना, या कोल्ड ड्रिंक का बॉटल ले लो. With your right hand, lift it like this, like a dumbbell, 100 times for 10 days. What will happen in after 10 days? 10 दिन के बाद क्या होगा? There will be a little more muscle in your right hand. Yes or no? थोड़ा राइट हैंड के मसल्स बड़े होंगे ना. आपने रीजनरेशन किया कि नहीं किया? आपने रीजनरेशन कर दिया. Now the actual question is, how did you lift that 2 liter bottle? उठाया कैसे उसको? आपने पीछे सांस रोका? For lifting anything, for lifting any weight, do you hold your breath? सांस रोकते हैं? रोकते हैं ना. बिना रोके तो आप नहीं उठा सकते कुछ भी. Without holding your breath, you can't even move. हाँ, वॉकिंग, जॉकिंग, जॉगिंग, योगा, जुम्बा, क्लाइंबिंग स्टेयरकेसेस, पीछे तो there is a variable amount of breath hold. ब्रेथ होल्ड करके ही आप अपने आप को चलाते हैं. You move. So breath hold, with breath hold you regenerated some muscles. आपने मसल रिजेनरेट किया. Neuro Musculoskeletal system of your right hand became a little more strong, isn't it? Just by holding breath for some time in a certain proportion, doing it for few days. आपने strength create कर दिया आपने. Similarly, if you do it in a different ratio, in one ratio, it impacts your liver. If there is longer inhalation, it will impact your liver. Liver regenerate करेगा. If there is longer inhalation, it will impact your kidney. If there is longer hold, it will impact your heart. And that's how you can rejuvenate or regenerate your organs. So one thing I said, degeneration. So how will you regenerate? Without regeneration, there is no solution. You think by taking in pill, you are creating a solution? एक भी इंसान थायराइड से निकला है? Give me one example of any single person in the whole world who has come out of thyroid by taking in a pill. एक भी example नहीं है. So unless and until you regenerate that organ, there is no solution. Food खा के, good food, how much health we have created? Have we made our heart strong? Have we made our kidney strong? भोजन खा के ऐसा होता है क्या? नहीं. Food will not create strength in your body. Food is a raw material. Your body's strength will be needed to digest it, to metabolize it, to absorb it. आपके शरीर की क्षमता ही लगेगी उसको करने के लिए. Now, whenever you create any kind of strength in your body, effort making strength, that is created through breath hold. Regeneration happens through breath hold. Strength gets created through breath hold. आप किसी को धक्का देके देखो. Push anybody. Push a wall. एक दीवार को धक्का देके देखो. What do you do? How do you push? You hold your breath. सांस रोकते हैं आप अपनी. You hold your breath to create effort or strength. तो अगर आपको strength create करना है within the body or on the external body, in both ways, you will have to do it in a particular manner, depending upon what factor have become weak in your system. So that is why a diagnosis is there. एक diagnosis करते हैं, देखते हैं कि आपका thyroid क्यों weak हो गया. Why slip disc has happened in you, and then we fine tune the whole methodology according to the diagnosis. है ना. तो और कोई तरीका है? एक्सरसाइज अगर आप करेंगे, कैन यू मेक योर पैनक्रियास स्ट्रॉन्ग और हार्ट स्ट्रॉन्ग? स्पोर्ट्स के लोगों को डायबिटीज क्यों होता है? Why people in sports also get into diabetes, heart attack, kidney failure, all those issues क्यों होता है उनको? अगर वो एक्सरसाइज करके अपना लिवर स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लो, हार्ट स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लो, किडनी स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लो, थायराइड स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लो. हाँ, एक्सरसाइज विल हेल्प ऑन द एक्सटर्नल बॉडी. न्यूरो मस्कुलोस्केलेटल सिस्टम पे वो इंपैक्ट करता है, बट नॉट इन योर ऑर्गन्स. And you have neuromusculoskeletal problem because there is some organ issue also associated with it. तो इसको ठीक करना है तो आपको ये कुंभक को इस्तेमाल करके रिजेनरेट करना पड़ेगा, लॉस्ट स्ट्रेंथ को वापस लाना पड़ेगा. and it can happen at any age. किसी भी age में हो सकता है. At least you can ensure that there is no problem or symptom in your body. आप अपने symptom और problem से निकल जाए. है कि नहीं? ये तो 100% हम आगे की लाइफ को बहुत सुंदर बना सकते हैं, but you will have to ensure that this body which creates reversal should be given proper opportunity, should be helped by increasing the strength of rejuvenation factor or regeneration factor, which we have lost. And that is what we are doing.
Pahel Naik writes, kindly suggest for anxiety and hand tremors.
Anxiety is a big thing. If I start talking about anxiety, it can go for hours. So, but hand tremors is a very simple thing. Now, in both the cases, see, anxiety, when you say anxiety, I'll give you a little know-how about anxiety. Anxiety is an result of many factors, internal as well as external. Like for example, I'll give you an example. When anxiety happens, have you watched your breath? सांसों को observe किया आपने? It will not be in rhythm. आपकी सांसें एंजाइटी के टाइम पे ना फ्लो नहीं कर रही होती. They are haphazard. They get disturbed. It's almost a situation of what you call as labored breathing. So when you are in some kind of fear, your breath gets disturbed. Or when your breath gets disturbed, you get into some kind of fear or anxiety. So let me give you an example how we have molded the whole environment. When there is an area which is with a lot of dust and smoke, कहीं पे धुआं ज्यादा है, धूल मिट्टी है, and you are passing by that area, you hold your breath, isn't it? आपकी सांसें कम हो जाती है, रोक लेते हैं आप उसको. आप अपनी सांसों को थोड़ा डिस्टर्ब करते हैं ना. Your body naturally does that also. Even if you don't do it, आप नहीं करेंगे तो आपका शरीर करेगा उसको. तो हमने तो पोल्यूशन हर जगह क्रिएट किया हुआ है कि नहीं किया हुआ है? We have created pollution everywhere, isn't it? So even if you don't see it, everything is polluted, you know. And whatever you are eating, if you eat 100% natural stuff for which your body is designed, then your body remains in a certain sense of rhythm. It has a certain sense of rhythm. If you eat anything which is genetically modified, the rhythm goes off. If you eat any chemical, the rhythm goes off. If you watch a news channel, the rhythm goes off. If a kid goes to a school and studies a plus b whole square is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab, you all have studied this. How much you have used this in your life? Not even a single time. So fundamentally, human beings are intelligent species. So the moment you do something which you can't associate with your life, you get into fear. It becomes a load for you. You get into anxiety. 6 out of 10 students have ADHD, attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder. 60% of our students are diagnosed hyperactivity disorder. So what kind of lifestyle we have created? What kind of system we have created? We have created a system where this body gets into anxiety, fear, depression. So it's a big issue. Can you handle it immediately? Can you correct the environment immediately? No, it will take 100 years to correct the environment. See, 70 years, the education policy hasn't changed. This is how slow we are. We are still studying how to create slaves. The education which was created by English to make slaves, our kids are still studying it. The food that we are eating is genetically modified. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing to completely reverse everything that we have done in the last 300 years. But it's very easy to create the strength of your body so that this body can bear whatever discrepancy that is happening around us. एक strong इंसान है ना, आपको मालूम है, Corona period, you know, there are small children who are on red lights. जो छोटे बच्चे रेड लाइट्स पे भीख मांगते, किसी को भी कोरोना नहीं हुआ. Nobody had corona. Otherwise, it would be a big news. किसी को कोरोना नहीं हुआ. Why? Because they had resilience. झेलने की क्षमता थी उनकी, जिनकी हमारी झेलने की क्षमता कम हो गई है. Remember your grandfather, grandmother, how much physical resilient they were. आप क्या, थोड़ी सी तकलीफ होती है, झेल नहीं पाते आज के टाइम. So if we have created this kind of a lifestyle, it becomes even more important that you make this strong so that even if whatever wrong is happening around, this is able to bear it. ये झेल पा रहा है कम से कम उसको, इसके लायक आपको बनाना ही पड़ेगा. So anxiety situation happen due to something called as adrenal fatigue or adrenal overactivity. It's a protective mechanism of your body. It's a protective mechanism of your body. Now, if you make this system strong, the anxiety will go away. And there are many cases. We have many testimonials, many people who used to have a lot of anxiety, and over a period of 3 to 6 months, they are completely out of anxiety. Not only anxiety, lot of mental issues. बहुत सारे mental issues से निकल के आ गए. Now, when you say hand tremor, when you say hand tremor, one simple thing you must understand is whenever you are weak, do you know your body tremor creates a tremor? आपको पांव पे खड़े होते हैं तो पांव जो है कांपते हैं, isn't it? Whenever you are weak, and everybody has gone through a weak period, weak physicality at some point of time, कुछ बीमारी हो गई, कुछ हो गया, कमजोर हो गया शरीर. Even if you lift a glass of water, there will be a little tremor, isn't it? So one of the reason for tremor starts from some kind of weakness, or again, as I have described, some force which has gone weak within you. It starts from there. Then it comes to your spine, basically. The weakness of your body gets reflected on your spine, and spine has nerves emerging out of it and going to weigh our limbs. हाथों में जो आपके nervous system है ना, वो spine से निकल के जाता है. So if there is an imbalance in the body, one half of your body will have more problem. For example, some people have their left hand more trembling, or tremors in the left hand, problem in the left hand, numbness in the left hand or left leg, or it can be right hand, right leg, depending upon which part of spine there is more compression or compression due to weakness in the integrative force, or there is a degeneration somewhere. So 3 things are needed if you want a solution. 3 चीजें करनी पड़ती. Create the strength of the system, balance of the system, and the third part is there has to be a rhythm of functioning. Strength, balance, and rhythm. ये 3 आपको अपने शरीर का बना के रखना पड़ेगा. Because medicine will not take you out of problems. Because food will not take you out of problems. You will not be able to do exercise if you don't have the strength of doing it. Even exercise will not help you come out of everything. It has to be the factor which has gone weak needs to be addressed. So 3 things: strength, balance, rhythm. Rhythm is called as bhava. Rhythm creates bhava in your system. The balance creates raga, and the strength is called as tala. Combine these 3. What? It becomes Bharat, Bharat. आपके देश के नाम में ही हेल्थ है. आपको मालूम नहीं आपके पूर्वजों ने कितना काम किया इसके ऊपर. वो तो 1000 साल की गुलामी ने सब कुछ हमसे निकाल दिया. Otherwise, science is in your blood. Science is in your blood. उसको वापस रिवाइव करने की जरूरत है. Otherwise, health will not. Health cannot come through medicine. And let me tell you, we have poured a lot of fertilizers and pesticides on our land. What our land has become is barren. जब आप केमिकल जमीन पे डालते हैं तो जमीन खराब हो जाती है. इस पे आपने बचपन से कितना केमिकल बॉम्बार्डिंग किया? How much chemical bombarding have you done on this land? इस जमीन पे कितना केमिकल बॉम्बार्डिंग किया? Obviously, there has been a lot of problems. इसका ऑर्गेनिक खेती कब शुरू करना है? जमीन का तो ऑर्गेनिक खेती करोगे ना, ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग. इसका कब करोगे? When will you start doing the organic farming of this? So you must start now. Otherwise, our next generation will suffer the most. हमारा next generation बहुत सफर करेगा. आज शुरुआत करनी है.
Prajakta ji writes, rheumatoid arthritis, hypothyroid deformities, wrist dislocate, tendon rupture.
एक शब्द आपने सुना होगा. One more word you have heard. Now, a lot of talk is going around that particular word. It is called as autoimmune disorder. ये शब्द आपने सुना होगा. Autoimmune disease, autoimmune disorder, or some other different names. जैसे I called Hashimoto and Graves syndrome and cancer, going up till cancer. Now, even though we know all this, every disease is increasing in the world. So that means our approach to cure is not at all proper. We think through medicine we'll be able to cure something. No, we'll never be able to cure. We will create more and more disease. So when you say autoimmune disease, and rheumatoid is one thing, one autoimmune disease. The doctor will say this is autoimmune disorder. So first of all, let me tell you, autoimmune disorder doesn't mean that your body is attacking itself. No, it is wrong interpretation. Your body will never damage itself. It is damaging a certain risk in your system. It is trying to eat up a risk. If your cell become risk, your body will try to eat up your cell, isn't it? आपके घर में कोई चीज खराब हो जाती है तो आप उसको हटा देते हैं ना. If you have a vegetable and there is a small part rotting, you take it off, isn't it? So are you eating up yourself? No, it is not eating up itself. It means it is taking off the risk. ये अपने risk को हटा रहा. So autoimmune disorder doesn't mean once it's switch on, it is switch on. No, not at all. It might be switch on in the morning and 1 hour later it will be switch off, depending on how much risk is there. If you take off the risk, your autoimmune syndrome goes down. This is how this body works. Your body is intelligent. Now, if your body is intelligent, give it a chance. Because nobody can take you out of a disease. Your body only can take you out of a disease. Give it a chance and strengthen it. इसको strong कीजिए. So can autoimmune disorder be treated? आपका क्वेश्चन ये होना चाहिए. Can autoimmune disorder be treated? Yes, 100% it can be treated. By taking off the risk in the body, you can actually reduce the autoimmune syndrome drastically, and it can go forever. So, but how to reduce the risk? The moment you put in chemical, the risk increases. The more chemical you put in the body, the more risk. The more risk. So, you will have to reduce the risk, not increase it. That is why with medicine, autoimmune disorder cannot be treated, rather it becomes drastic in nature. After chemotherapy, the relapse happens much faster. Multiple organ cancer becomes a reality after chemotherapy. If you don't do chemotherapy, then it will be long. The person will take long to get into relapse. तो ये सब चीजें हमको देखना पड़ेगा अभी. But if you reduce the risk of your body, if you reduce the inflammation within, if you reduce the inflammation within, then you can actually take it out of a problem. But how to reduce the risk? There are 6 basic strengths of your body. 6 basic strength of your body. Dehabal, Doshabal, Dhatubal, Agnibal, Manobal, Ojasbal. These are 6 basic strength of your body. If you increase these 6 basic strength of your body, the risk factor in the body will get reduced. For some, I'll give you a relatable example. There are people who go out in the rain and dance and they don't get into any kind of a problem. But there are some people, even if they go out a little, they'll get into flu, isn't it? What is the difference between these two people? One has more Shadabala or 6 different strengths of the body. The other person has lost the Shadabala. If the strength of the body is less, you will get into more and more risk. The body gets into more and more risk. Increase the Shadabala, the risk factor of your body will come down. So this is how we can actually reduce the risk, and thereby the autoimmune disorder can be treated. You can easily, rather I would say, you can easily come out of autoimmune disorder. And apart from that, other issues, of course, this program is related to Neuro Musculoskeletal issues, where we do certain movement for which the body is designed for, with the key breath hold, and that's how create 3 basic alignments of the body. With 3 basic alignments of the body, we create the strength of 84 factors in the body. And alignment means creating a balance. And then we also create a rhythm, because the way we do things is rhythmic in nature. And by creating strength, balance, and rhythm of this body, there are many, many things you'll see you can easily come out of.
Vaishali writes, can right side paralysis be cured?
We have a case of more than 60-year-old professor of Delhi University who came to us with one side paralysis, one on the right side of his body. The right side was paralytic body. And in 3 months, he regained more than 95% sensation on the right side. Not only that, we have cases of drop foot, frozen shoulder, tennis elbow, myasthenia gravis, voice issue, and spine issue. lot of varicose vein. So there is a lady who used to run marathon, and suddenly she found that she developed drop foot. Now, not a very old lady, she is in 30s only, and she told me that I never thought I'll quit running. Now I can't run. So I said, do you really want to run marathon? She said, yes. I said, next year you run a marathon. Do this practice and next year you'll be running a marathon. And she came out of the drop foot, and last time when I heard of her, she was preparing for marathon. So you will have to see, this body is magical. It has sustained itself for millions of years. In the last 50 years, we are seeing these kind of problems. Even if do you remember our grandmother? How many problems they used to have? कितनी problem थी उनके पास में? हमारे पास में problem. 100 years back, no diabetes, no blood pressure, no thyroid. It is only a recent phenomena. We have created these diseases. ये disease हमने बनाई हैं, and we are torturing our body in the name of treating these diseases every day. हर रोज रिचुअल है ना, सुबह उठकर मेरी दवाई छूट गई, मेरे को दवाई खाना है. So stop torturing your body. Create a strength of your body, and you see you'll not need pills to manage your body. आपको दवाइयों की जरूरत नहीं है. This body is sufficient enough to take care of everything. Body is magical. Support it. You'll see magical cures in your life.
Somnath ji writes, I have got cervical spondylitis issues. After insertion of a stent in my heart in 2013, I got a blockage in my right leg which hindering my normal walking. It pains after walking 7 to 8 minutes. Doctors prescribed operation, again stunting bypass, which refused to undergo. How to get my pain in the right leg removed?
First thing first, if you put anything in your body, the body will not accept it. Body has its own sensitivity and its own mechanism and its own way of healing or treating things. Do you know putting stent in your heart is not scientific? You should never put a stent in your heart. Angioplasty is unscientific. Actually, your body does its own bypass. It has its own collaterals. इसके पास अपने collaterals हैं. Natural bypass, your body does natural. Your heart does natural bypass. अगर उसको मौका दें तो. Even if the heart has to collapse, it will give you 4 minutes. 4 minutes में hospital पहुंच जाओगे क्या? और hospital भी पहुंच जाओगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? If the body of the heart has to collapse, it has to collapse. But if you reach hospital, doctor will say, सही टाइम पे आ गए. अरे बचा लिया आपके हार्ट ने अपने आप को. उसके बाद उसको ऑपरेट करेंगे तो और हालत खराब कर देंगे. So if you put a stent, आपको पूरा इम्यून सिस्टम डाउन करना पड़ेगा ना बॉडी का. सेंसिटिविटी खत्म करनी पड़ेगी, तभी वो एक्सेप्ट करेगा, वरना तो नहीं करेगा. So you are put on lot of steroids, isn't it? जब भी आपके अंदर कुछ डालते हैं, you are put on a steroid course. Yes or no? स्टीरॉइड क्या करता है? आपके पूरे इम्यून सिस्टम को डाउन कर देता है, क्रैश करता है. नाउ इफ यू कॉन्शियसली knowingly crash your full immune system, what are you doing to your body? आपने शरीर के साथ में कर क्या रहे हैं आप? ये तो वो कंसंट्रेशन कैंप, हिटलर के कंसंट्रेशन कैंप से भी खराब चीज कर रहे हैं. हाँ, we are killing the whole humanity. And we are saying this is logical. No, this cannot be logical. So modern research says angioplasty doesn't help. Angioplasty करना ही नहीं चाहिए. But how? अभी कैसे चेंज कर रहे हैं इस चीज को? You can't change this big force which has become a monster in the world. इसको एकदम से तो आप रोक नहीं सकते. But tell me, एक बात बताएं मुझे. Suppose the pressure of your heart becomes less. It will not be able to pump, isn't it? Suppose you are watering your plant and the pressure in the pipe is less. Pipe में pressure कम है, तो आप क्या करते हैं? To throw the water a little distant, at a little distance. You close the nozzle, isn't it? आप सामने जो ल्यूमेन है पाइप का, उसको ऐसे दबा देते हैं ना, ताकि पानी जोर से जाए. This is what your heart does. This is what your heart does to survive. Blockage is a survival mechanism of your heart. More blockages, more collaterals, more healthy the heart is. Do you know, according to modern research, if there is no blockages, if heart is not able to create blockages in your teens and 20s, the heart will collapse at 30. So ये बहुत कुछ अभी हमारे को सोचना है. In the name of logic, what we are doing is torture to the whole human system. अब एक ब्लॉक क्रिएट होता है. आप उसे स्टैटिन खाते हो ना, आप स्टैटिन खाते हो, एस्प्रिन खा रहे होगे, ब्लड थिनर. आपको तो स्टेंट डाला है, तो ये सब तो स्टैंडर्ड प्रैक्टिस है. एस्प्रिन, ब्लड थिनर, some kind of statin will be put in your body, but your body wants to survive. आप तो उसको thickening of the blood is needed to repair organs. उसके बगैर तो बड़ी फाइन कैपिलरीज जो होंगी वो ब्लड फ्लो करा के खत्म हो जाएंगी. So the body increases the density of the blood. वो कहीं ना कहीं तो इंक्रीज करेगा डेंसिटी. और imbalanced issue आ गया ना, so there will be some block somewhere else. कहीं और ब्लॉक आ जाएगा. एक ब्लॉक आने के बाद दो और निकल के आएंगे ब्लॉक. बॉडी थिंक्स ये उल्टा कर रहे हैं मेरे साथ में. दिस इज गोइंग अगेंस्ट द होल सिस्टम. इसको अगर आप ठीक करेंगे, इफ यू इंक्रीज द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ योर बॉडी, balance of your body, especially if you increase the balance of your body, even with this stent in your heart, what you can ensure is there is no further blockages which happens in your system across anywhere. ब्रेन में हो गया तो पैरालिसिस हो जाएगा. अभी तो पाँव में हो गया तो पाँव नहीं चल रहा, पर ब्रेन में नहीं होगा क्या? अब पाँव में हो रहा है तो you will have to decrease the tendency that we have created of creating a block. It can only happen by creating a certain amount of internal pressure within the body. अगर आप थोड़ा internal pressure create करेंगे ना, it increases, it clears the blocked areas also, and also it gives the body that strength and that assurance that the revival process or the process of rejuvenation, the strength of rejuvenation is still there, and thereby the body will create less blocks. वो कम block create करेगा, या block create नहीं करेगा, वो तभी होगा if it is the strength of the system, and it can only happen through कुंभक. There is no other way, because कुंभक is body's own mechanism. ये कहीं बाहर से नहीं आया है, या आपके शरीर की strength creating ability है, इसी को इस्तेमाल करके हम इसको वापस revive कर सकते हैं.
Neha Bhardwaj writes, my age is 37 years. I am suffering from knee pain, but both knee are aching in a different way. I have having pain in back of one knee and other has in knee. Able to sit fully folded neck, but unable to stand after folding.
So if you stand outside in a marketplace and you see people walking, if you observe more keenly, you'll see nobody is walking in a balanced manner. Because to even walk in a balanced manner, there is a strength of the system which is needed, and there is an alignment. So strength and alignment, these two things are needed. If you sit on soft surfaces more, from your childhood, you have always sit on soft surface. है ना, cushion पे ही बैठे हैं हमेशा. So if you sit on soft surface more, it creates a disalignment of your skeletal system. आपके skeletal system को वो disalign कर देता है. There are three alignments that we have lost. The first alignment is the alignment of your navel, आपकी नाभि का alignment. The second alignment is the alignment of kaudi or the middle of chest. And the third alignment is the alignment of your thighs. वो पहलवान जान पर ठोकते थे ना, तो कहते थे मेरे नले बहुत स्ट्रांग है, मेरी फिजिकल अलाइनमेंट बहुत स्ट्रांग है, आप मुझे डिसअलाइन नहीं कर सकते. So what has happened? नले तो सबके ही हिले हुए हैं. If you see people walking, you see they don't walk straight. So this is what we have created. In India, we never created cushion chair. हम भारत में चौकी, पीढ़ा, वुडन प्लैंक, उस पर बैठते थे हम. क्यों बैठते थे? आपको मालूम है, जो योगी हैं खड़ाओं पे चलते थे, लकड़ी की चप्पल पहनते थे. क्या लेदर नहीं था हमारे पास में? We created fabric for the first time in the world. दुनिया में पहले हमने फैब्रिक क्रिएट किया, तो हमारे पास नहीं था क्या? We could have created that, but our ancestors were much more wise. ये फिरंगी की तरह बेवकूफ थोड़ी थे हमारे पूर्वज. तो भारतीय मूलभूत रूप से समझदार होते हैं. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि आपने पढ़ लिख लिया, वो कुछ गड़बड़. So the skeletal system has lost its alignment. दूसरी चीज, the strength of alignment or the nalle, the alignment of your nalle has been lost. उसकी वजह से होगा क्या? The whole hip is in some kind of a disarray. So there are a lot of nerves emerging out of hip, not only hip, but your spine also. So there is a sciatica nerve, which starts from the top of your cervical and goes up till your heel. It goes at the back side of your leg. आपके पांव के पीछे की तरफ, काफ मसल जो है ना, पीछे की तरफ में जाता है. तो घुटने के पीछे की तरफ कुछ लोगों को पेन होता है because of imbalance of sciatica, or there is some weakness in sciatica. Now, degeneration can create a pain in the front part of your knee, middle part or the front part of your degeneration. कहते हैं ना कि घुटने घिस गए. So degeneration on one leg, and there is a nerve issue on the other. Obviously, you will feel different problem in both the knees. आपको दो अलग-अलग प्रॉब्लम दिखाई दे रहा होगा, मगर दोनों को एक ही जगह से ठीक किया जा सकता है. Increasing the alignment of your body can actually cure both of them, and increasing the strength of regeneration both of the problem can be handled, but it takes time. It takes different amount of time depending upon the momentum of disease or the state of disease. Problem की state और उसकी घिसने की momentum क्या है, उसके ऊपर ये reversal depend करता है. Some people see difference within a week. Some people see difference in a month or two. Some people will get benefited in 6 months. Now, should I give you a deal? 3 साल में अगर सारी प्रॉब्लम आपकी ठीक हो गई, in 3 years all your problem gets solved, is it a bad deal? आपके पास में दूसरा ऑप्शन नहीं है. You must increase the strength of this body. Only there is no other option.
Josu Banti Prusti writes, I am suffering from severe joint pain in both of my knees. Some doctor advised to replace and some doctor not to. Please help. What should I do in my case?
So, do you think your joint problem is a local problem at the joints only? Joint problem, joint का ही problem है क्या? It can be your liver issue. Do you know pain happens through inflammation, with inflammation, not because of a unstable joint or there is a gap. Gap के कारण pain नहीं होता है. ये आप सोचते हैं. You think कि gap के कारण pain होता है. अगर ऐसा पेन होता तो हमारे अष्टावक्र महाराज तो 8 जगह से टेढ़े थे, वो तो चल भी नहीं पाते. आई एम अ स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन एंड आई हैव लॉट ऑफ ब्रोकन बोन्स. टुकड़े टुकड़े हुए हैं मेरे पाँव में, तो दर्द होना चाहिए था. पेन डजंट हैपन बिकॉज ऑफ सम काइंड ऑफ अ बोन इशू और ब्रोकन बोन और अ गैप. इसकी वजह से पेन नहीं होता. पेन हैपन्स बिकॉज ऑफ इन्फ्लेमेशन. So inflammation at a particular point or inflammation throughout the body. If your liver is not fine, it will create inflammation. जब भी आपका liver ठीक नहीं है, वो आपके body में inflammation create होगा. So your problem may be related with liver. ये किसी ने connect करने की कोशिश की. So that is why we are saying ये diagnosis अभी देखते हैं ना, ऐसे X-ray लगा के MRI करा लो, कुछ भी करा लो. This is not diagnosis. This is just a little observation. आप नहीं देख पा रहे, आपने एक स्कैन करके देख लिया. देखने से कोई सॉल्व होता है क्या? ये कोई क्या कहते हैं, हीलिंग दृष्टि है क्या डायग्नोसिस के जिससे सॉल्व होता है? नहीं, देखने से कोई सॉल्व नहीं होता, कुछ भी सॉल्व नहीं होता. और उससे पता भी नहीं चलता क्यों घिसा हुआ है, क्यों गैप है. नो डायग्नोसिस, मेडिकल डायग्नोसिस टेल्स यू व्हाई देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम, बट आवर डायग्नोसिस टेल्स अस व्हाई देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम. किस वजह से है. So if there is some issue in the liver, if you take care of your liver, strengthen your liver, you'll see suddenly your pain will go off. आपका दर्द चला जाएगा. Maybe the gap will not go immediately. Gap तो थोड़ा रहेगा, मगर आपकी तकलीफ चली जाएगी. तो आपको बदलने की जरूरत पड़ेगी क्या घुटने? नहीं पड़ेगी. So ये क्वेश्चन मार्क मैं आपके सामने रख रहा हूं. आप जो सोच रहे हैं ये प्रॉब्लम, क्या वही प्रॉब्लम? No, it can be a different problem. So if you reach to the, और pain खत्म करना तो बहुत simple है. I'm telling you, just take care of the inflammation. We also give people a little support. थोड़ा support हम देते हैं कि ये ले लो, अरिष्ट ले लो, तो फिर थोड़ा inflammation कम हो जाएगा. और you put a wet cloth on both the knees for half an hour every day. For the next few days, you'll see your pain will come down. दर्द वैसे ही कम आ जाएगा. But that is not a solution. वो थोड़ा सा आपको सपोर्टिव है, कुछ खा के आपको सपोर्ट मिलता है. इट्स अ लिटिल सपोर्ट. सोल्यूशन नहीं है. सोल्यूशन तो आपके बॉडी को ही रिवाइव करना है. एंड योर बॉडी कैन रिवाइव इटसेल्फ. नोबडी एल्स कैन रिवाइव योर बॉडी. आपके शरीर को कोई और रिवाइव नहीं कर सकता, आपका शरीर ही कर सकता है. सो अष्टांग चिकित्सा इज इंपॉर्टेंट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट यू कैन टेक अ लिटिल सपोर्टिव थिंग. पेन तो आप पेन किलर खा के भी खत्म कर देते हैं, बट इट इंक्रीजेस इन्फ्लेमेशन. आपके लिवर को वो खराब कर देता है. आपके बॉडी में आज जो पेन हो रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द मेडिसिन दैट यू हैव टेकन इन योर लाइफ. सो उसको देखना जरूरी है. देन वी कैन गो टुवर्ड सॉल्यूशन.
Poonam Sharma ji writes, I am suffering from GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease.
अच्छा, एक बात बताइए मुझे. इन इंडिया, the moment what we call as the whole culture has been built on one principle. अब मैं आपको एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता हूं. रिफ्लक्स मींस your system or a particular part of your system is not able to accept something. किसी चीज को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पा. तो आप कब किसी चीज को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाते? जब आपको लगता है कि उससे आपको खतरा है, isn't it? When you think that that particular thing will harm you, you not accept. हाँ, तो सासू माँ को एक्सेप्ट क्यों नहीं करती है बहू है? क्योंकि लगता है वो कुछ नुकसान करेंगे. सभी बहू को एलर्जी है ना सासू माँ से, और सासू माँ को बहू से एलर्जी है. So whenever your body thinks or your mind thinks that it will not be able to accept something, it creates an allergy or a reflux. तो आप कुछ खराब खा लेते हैं, what happens? Your body pukes it out, उल्टी कर देगा उसको, from above or from below. हाँ, lose motion हो जाएगा. So when there is a pollen that your body inhales and your lung is not strong, so it thinks that it will not be able to accept. तो उसे एलर्जी हो जाती है. अस्थमा, एलर्जी. Nowadays people are getting allergic to almost everything. हर चीज से ही एलर्जी हो रही है. Obviously, what is your lifestyle? This is good, this is not good. यही कर रहे हैं ना लाइफस्टाइल में. हमारे देश ने क्या बोला इसीलिए एलर्जी को खत्म करने के लिए क्या बोला? बोलते वसुधैव कुटुंबकम. ये पूरी पृथ्वी तुम्हारा परिवार है, किसी से नफरत मत करो, एलर्जी मत पैदा करो. So this is the issue of lifestyle. Not only lifestyle, but the way we have handled this body and the environment. हमने तो डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया. हमें अपने शरीर को डिस्ट्रॉय करना. बॉडी इज नॉट एबल टू एक्सेप्ट एनीथिंग, क्योंकि इसके अंदर स्ट्रेंथ ही नहीं है वो. If you are strong, you can eat any damn thing and will not get sick. But if you are weak, even if you eat your normal roti, you'll get sick. तो यही तो हो रहा है ना हमारे साथ में. So we need to increase the strength of acceptance. What is the strength of acceptance? These are 6 Shadabala I talked about. The balance of the body and the rhythm of the body. When you are celebrating, you don't have any problem with anybody. When you are dancing and celebrating, you don't have any problem with anybody. And this culture is a culture of celebration, isn't it? 365 festivals. Now we have squeezed it down to 3-4 festivals. नहीं तो every day a festival. रोज कीर्तन होता है, भजन होता है. यहाँ तो हम तो यही करते थे. So, strength, balance and rhythm. If you create these 3 things in your system, it will be able to accept anything. It will not repel anything. But fundamentally, what you call as gastroenterol reflux disease, GERD, जो आप बोल रहे हैं, इसका मतलब होता है your Garhyapatya Agni has become weak. There is a factor in your body called as Garhyapatya Agni. If the Garhyapatya Agni becomes weak, you will get into issues related to metabolism, like diabetes, like thyroid, issues related to what you call as GERD or esophageal reflux disease also. Acid reflux, another thing. So reflux disease, any kind of reflux disease will happen when the Garhyapatya Agni is weak. One of the aspects of Garhyapatya Agni, there are 10 factors of Garhyapatya Agni. One of the factors which you might have even heard of is called as Jatharagni. So if you increase the Garhyapatya Agni, this GERD can be handled. You'll become fine. I have seen people with this disease taking medicine and worsening the situation. They've gone through surgery also. They cut off a particular part of your intestine or wherever the problem is more. And then it happens on another part. That is not a solution. Increasing the strength of acceptance or increasing Garhyapatya Agni is the solution. The first thing that happens the moment you start doing Kumbhak is your Garhyapatya Agni increases. So that's how it will come out.
Yeah. Is there treatment for liver cirrhosis with splenomegaly and portal hypertension varices?
Yes. There is a solution for that also. Cirrhosis is something that for medical sciences is difficult to handle. Any kind of cirrhosis. They can't handle cirrhosis, they can't handle hepatitis. anything related to liver, because the moment you touch the liver, it goes against you. It is the most sensitive organ of your body, the gatekeeper of your body, the second brain of your body. So the moment you put anything which is not food, the first thing that takes the impact is your liver. And liver is your cow of your body. आपके ना शरीर की गाय है वो. 95% damage, till 95% it gets damaged. It will not show. It will not give sign. 95% तक भी damage हो जाएगा तब भी आपको नहीं बताएगी. So liver is something which is the first step. Entering your, if you want to enter this body, liver is the first step, it's the first gatekeeper. It will check you, aapko check karega. So it knows what is my food, what is not my food, what is good, what is bad, everything. Your liver knows everything, what is good, what is bad for you. Or bachpan se, the moment a kid is born, how many vaccines we put in that little kid? Iske liver ko bombard karte ja rahe hain bachpan se. Obviously, everybody's liver is in some kind of a discrepancy. Cirrhosis is extreme stage. Liver scarring. आंखें का आ गया कि भैया तुम नहीं मेरे को छोड़ोगे. सुसाइड कर लेता है ना इंसान. ऐसी स्टेज में डाल दिया हमने लिवर को. It can be handled. Yes, liver cirrhosis can be handled. Depending upon the stage, obviously, एक टाइम आने के बाद तो आप कुछ भी करो तो नहीं बचेगा इंसान. मगर कुंभक एक ऐसी चीज है, till the last breath we can revive. आखिरी सांस तक भी हम उसको रिवाइव कर सकते हैं. 100% हम लाइफ तो एक्सटेंड कर ही सकते हैं. So we also give a little supportive thing. We also suggest a little supportive thing for liver cirrhosis if you come to the program. है ना? फिर आपके we'll diagnose you, we'll fine tune the whole module according to your problem, and we'll also give you a little supportive thing. जिससे कि you can come out of this liver cirrhosis.
Mahesh Chugani writes tailbone pain.
Tailbone pain, see, tailbone pain nowadays is very common. But you must understand, as I said, there are 3 alignments of your body. 3 alignment hai. The third alignment I talked about is null. Tailbone pain is suggesting that the body is not pretty aligned. उसका जो इंटीग्रेटिंग फोर्स है ना वो वीक है. दैट इज टेलबोन पेन. और टेलबोन को आप खोद के देखो, वहां स्कैन कराओ, एक्सरे कराओ, कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला, कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं मिलेगा. लेट मी टेल यू, बिकॉज द प्रॉब्लम इज नॉट देयर. प्रॉब्लम उस जगह पे नहीं है, अनलेस अंटिल देयर इज एन एक्सीडेंट दैट इज हैपेनिंग. एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, देन देयर इज इट्स अ डिफरेंट इशू. बट यूजुअली without accident, if you're feeling tailbone pain, the problem is not at tailbone. The problem is what you call as the Moola Shakti, the fundamental strength, the Deha Bala. मैंने 6 बल के बारे में बात की. देह बल बहुत कमजोर है. तो आपको ऐसा भी बोलेंगे वहां लुब्रिकेशन नहीं है, कार्टिलेज नहीं है, ये सब बकवास है. इतने पतले लोग होते हैं, कोई दर्द नहीं होता. हड्डी जैसे लोग होते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होते हैं. Have you seen yogis, very thin, lean, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता. ये सब ना we are creating lot of ideas, and idea will not cure things. ये आप समझ जाइए. So the dehabal, if the dehabal becomes very weak and the alignment factor is not there, alignment is disturbed, ये चीजें आपको देखने को मिलेगा. It is the center of mass of your body. When you say tailbone is basically the center of mass of your body. Whatever impact happens on any part of your body, it will impact the tailbone. So देहबल बढ़ाना ही पड़ेगा, alignment लाना पड़ेगा, and it will get handled.
Dilip Singh ji writes, for variety of problems, does it require variety of solutions through Kumbhak therapy?
No, the approach can be different. So problem तो आपको ही है ना. When you say I, you can have 100 problems, 700 problems, है ना. But problem तो I को ही है ना, मैं को ही है ना. So there is a center of everything. एक center है. The approach can, from outside, the approach can be different. Like I said, 84 factors of your body. 84 फैक्टर है आपके शरीर में। एक फैक्टर कमजोर होने की वजह से देयर कैन बी 5 प्रॉब्लम्स, अनदर फैक्टर 5 मोर प्रॉब्लम्स, है ना। So we are addressing those factors. That is why the approach is different from outside, but fundamentally you are using one key only. You will learn 3 things in the whole program. 3 चीजें सीखेंगे आप, अंगन्यासा, हठ विन्यासा, कुंभक थेरेपी, but all 3 have one key, एक कुंजी है तीनों में, and that is कुंभक। कुंभक तो की है जिसको आप इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, अंगन्यास में भी इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, हठ विन्यास में भी इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, कुंभक थेरेपी में तो कर ही रहे हैं। So fundamentally you are using one key to address multiple issues, but the approach to address that can be different. There can be millions of kumbhak, लाखों करोड़ों कुंभक हो सकता है, but ultimately they'll address some aspect of you, though some aspect will address you only. तो ये जुड़े हुए भी हैं आपस में। So one thing addresses multiple issues, and if you do it for a long period of time, it can address every damn issue. एक ही चीज शुरुआत में एक पर्टिकुलर इशू को एड्रेस करेगी, मगर उसको लंबे समय तक करेंगे तो सब कुछ एड्रेस करेगा।
Sukesh ji, you can unmute and ask your question.
Namaste, Swami ji.
नमस्ते जी।
Actually, I get confused because of these doctors are suggesting me bone चिकित्सा है ना सर, बोन चिकित्सा वो ठीक नहीं होगा ऐसे बोल रहे हैं, and my big problem is I did so many of physical activity like that, मेरा पूरा शरीर इतना ज्यादा physically use हो गया है, विकृति बोलते हैं ना स्वामी जी आप, ऐसा हो गया है। I'm very worried and I'm very scared because everyone is putting me into confusion. Only you are giving me hope. Really, thank you for that. Really, I'm really giving. But these surrounding people are putting me in confusions. That's why I'm asking my question, because my lifestyle is also not good. But my willpower is good now, Swamiji. That's why I'm want to get the clarification here. जो छोटा छोटा बोन्स है वो घिस गया है, वो जो बोल रहा है कि वो रीफॉर्म नहीं होता है, वो इसे ही जीवन बिताना पड़ेगा, ऐसे बोल रहे हैं स्वामी जी।
अच्छा, बोन घिस गया, बोन तो घिसेगा ही, बट बोन वापस भी बनता, और अगर वापस नहीं बनता तो घिसता कैसे? दोनों एक्चुअली इट इज कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी इफ यू से कि ये घिसता है और वापस नहीं बनता। इट इज नॉट ट्रू। जो भी घिसता है वो वापस भी बनता। बट यस, देयर इज अ रेट ऑफ degeneration and there is a rate of regeneration. Yes, because of the imbalance, the degenerative factor have increased. Now, the more movement you will do, the more degeneration will happen. Because the same movement can regenerate and same movement can degenerate. Okay. एक मूवमेंट आपका रीजनरेशन करता है, सेम मूवमेंट कैन डिजेनरेट। आप एक्शन से कर्म क्रिएट भी करते हैं और कर्म डिस्ट्रॉय भी करते हैं, बट इट हैपेंस थ्रू एक्शन। If you are attached to the fruit of action, you create more karma. If you do not attach to the fruit of action, do more action, it will create more, it will destroy more karma. आप समझ, there is a knack of doing things. आप सेम एक्शन से आपको थकावट आ जाती है, सेम एक्शन से आपको रिजुवनेशन हो जाता है। आप कोई ऑफिस का काम करते हैं, if you do some kind of office work, some work for somebody else, किसी और के लिए काम करते हैं, you get tired of that doing that work. But if you dance, you become fresh. Yes or no? Yes, Swamiji. Same movement. Same movement. You become tired. With the same movement, you become fresh. So it doesn't. So your logic. How does the logic fit into this? It is not action which does degeneration. It is how the action has been done. एक्शन, आप थोड़ा वेट भी उठाते हैं तो मसल बिल्ड हो जाता है ना, रीजनरेशन हैपेंस। यस स्वामी जी, हाँ स्वामी जी। तो आप क्या कर रहे हैं उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, आप कैसे कर रहे हैं उससे फर्क पड़ता है। व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, इट डजंट मैटर मच, हाउ यू आर डूइंग इट मैटर्स अ लॉट। सो यू विल हैव टू गो अ लिटिल बैक टू अंडरस्टैंड द सीक्रेट ऑफ कर्म। दिस इज सीक्रेट ऑफ कर्म। You'll have to go a little back, थोड़ा पीछे जाना पड़ेगा, तब आपको पता चलेगा कि कैसे एक्शन करें कि you can regenerate. Now, observing something, osteoporosis, you know, brittling of bone, और उसमें bone कमजोर, आप कह रहे हैं basically हड्डियां पोड़, तो कैल्शियम खाते,
वो बोल रहे हैं घिस गया है, वो रिजेनरेट, ऐसा बोल रहे हैं,
घिसेगा तभी जब कमजोर होगा.
हाँ स्वामी जी.
तो एक में तो घिस गया, दूसरे इंसान में क्यों नहीं घिसा वो?
हाँ,
एक में घिस गया, दूसरे में नहीं घिसा, ऑफ द सेम एज.
यस स्वामी जी. हाँ,
यस. तो क्यों घिसा? आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाई. तो कमजोर, बोन कमजोर हो गया, वो तो जल्दी घिस गया. कमजोर क्यों हो गया? आई एम गिविंग अ कोरिलेटेड एग्जांपल, मतलब वही एग्जांपल नहीं है, डिफरेंट एग्जांपल.
हाँ स्वामी.
किसी का हड्डी को देख के कहते हैं तो हल्का हो गया, ब्रिटल हो गया, कमजोर हो गया, ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस हो गया. बट फिर ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस से क्या करना है? कैल्शियम खाओ, ठीक हो जाएगा. मगर एक का भी तो ठीक नहीं हुआ आज तक ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस कैल्शियम खा के. गिव मी वन एग्जांपल ऑफ एनीबॉडी हुज ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस हैज बिकम फाइन बाय टेकिंग कैल्शियम. लेकिन कैल्शियम खाने से ब्रेस्ट कैंसर का 200% चांस बढ़ जाता. सो कैल्शियम खा के तो ठीक नहीं हुआ किसी का बोन. तो अभी हम देख के बता तो रहे हैं कि ये हो रहा है, मगर वी डोंट हैव अ सॉल्यूशन. हमारे पास सॉल्यूशन ही नहीं है, बिकॉज वी आर लुकिंग समवेयर एल्स, कहीं और गलत देख रहे हैं. एब्जॉर्प्शन कैल्शियम का, एवरी फूड हैज कैल्शियम ना. योर बॉडी इज नॉट एब्जॉर्बिंग, द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन हैज बिकम लेस. वो स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन, हाउ कैन यू इंक्रीज द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन? You know, no medicine can increase the strength of your absorption, rather it will disturb. So it is a factor of your body. You will have to work upon it to increase the strength of absorption. Now if you increase the strength of absorption, what will happen? The regeneration factor, one simple example, regeneration factor will increase. One simple example, if you go in a metropolitan cities or city, any city, you see your inhalation, the length of your inhalation is short.
Yes,
go to a natural space, go to a natural space, very natural, pristine environment. You'll see the inhalation, the length of inhalation will increase. So some people say, when I am in city, I have example of that. There is a person, my very close friend, whose actually bones are almost like they have joined, all the joints have got together. So when he goes to a natural space, he says, I feel better, my movements are better, and the vital factors of my body goes high. The moment I enter a metropolitan city, I crash, I just crash. So what is he basically saying? And I'm correlating it with one simple thing. You are not inhaling properly in cities. Whereas the moment you go to a natural space, you are inhaling full. The more you inhale, the more regeneration happens in your body. And if you are not inhaling properly, and there is something called as strength of inhalation, it is called as apana paksha of your body. Apana paksha of your body. It is basically the strength of inhalation. Now the apana paksha, if it is weak, even though you go to a natural space also, your body will not be able to make that effort of inhaling more. And then what will happen? Many factors in your body will become weak. And whatever you are more prone towards, it will become more weak. For example, you are a vata prone person, or your quality is vata. So because of the quality of vata, any damage that happens in your body will impact your bones more. So your bones are more prone to damage than other things. The moment your body goes into some kind of an issue, your bones will suffer the most. And that, because that is a tendency of your body. Now, one of the reasons for that tendency is your lack of apana paksha. So if you observe your breath, you'll see you'll not be able to hold more. You will not be able to hold your breath more. It will become very difficult to hold your breath. Now, if we increase the holding capacity of your body and we direct it towards the vata part, that means the lower part of your body, what will happen? your vata will get addressed. It'll start resolving itself, and your bone will start becoming strong. And that's how you'll be able to reduce the damage which will anyway otherwise happen. Only by increasing the strength of your apana paksha and vata paksha, you can actually strengthen your bones. Will the degeneration not happen? It will reduce the degeneration, but degeneration again happens in everybody. That is not a problem. That is not a problem. If your body doesn't feel a problem, degeneration anyway happens in everybody. But if the factors are strong, you'll see the problem that you face due to that will drastically reduce. And that is a solution. Apart from that, if there is some quick fix needed at a particular point, or there is a joint where there is no cartilage at all, even if you move a little, there will be a damage, then we can put some kind of an artificial cushion through a surgical intervention, which a person can go through. We are not against anything which can create a solution, even though it is immediate. But what I am saying is, just creating an immediate solution is not solution. So you must go towards strengthening those basic things in your body. And if you take an external support or immediate solution through a surgical intervention or whatever, then that can be called as a holistic solution. So this is a must. Improving your factors of your body is a must. Rest of the thing is depending upon the situation. It can be, you can take advice of different people. You can take different advices from different doctors. Go to different doctors. Take parallel advices also. And reach to a conclusion. You can always take that.
Amit Tapash Roy writes, how can we cure child epilepsy since 6 years?
So in this program, we do not take people who are less than 16 years of age. If there is a child and there is epilepsy in the child, the reason goes beyond the birth. Mother can be a reason, or there are other factors which can be a reason for that. Can it be handled? Yes, it can be handled to a larger extent, but not in childhood. We can't do anything at in the childhood. There can be an external intervention through some kind of a herbal drug or some bhasma, which can help. Sometimes what happens, kid goes through some seizure in the initial stages in the age less than 12 years, and it starts resolving around 12 years, and as it goes older than that. So one thing is wait for the proper development, give a proper environment, good environment to the child, so that the body develops and takes care of the problem by itself. There can be an external support, but at this point of time, we don't have that. We have not started. We will start a program addressing children of two age groups, 8 to 12 years and 12 years and beyond. But when will it start is something, it will take 3-4 months. And then we will address all the problems related to children in that program, where we will have certain products, we'll have certain standard guidelines, and creating an ecosystem or a lifestyle of the child. We'll have all those things in those programs. So at this point of time, we don't have anything for that kid. One thing I would still emphasize upon is that body can take care of that if you give a good environment to the kid. And as the kid grows, for many kids, it will be taken care automatically by itself. So you'll have to wait. When we start the program, you can then join those programs. Be in touch with us.
Shilpi Saxena ji writes, can diabetes be cured? I feel weakness at times. What is the solution? Shilpi ma'am, we have a different diabetes program. You can get in touch with us separately. There's a separate team that takes care of diabetes program. we come to the end of the questions. I'll just share the program details very quickly. Just give me a moment. Okay, very quickly, we'll just go through the program details, and we'll share the details in the chat as well as in the WhatsApp group. The program has 3 modules, module 1, module 2, and module 3. Each module is of 21 days of duration. So the total duration of the program is 63 days. Duration 10 weeks, 9 weeks plus 1 week for the customized practice. You'll come to know what that is. Classes, there will be 2 live classes every week, out of which 1 will be the learning class and 1 will be the mentoring class, in which mentors will observe you on Zoom, on camera, and they'll guide you and correct you there and then. And you'll get access to all those videos. All the recordings will be available through a login ID and password. And there'll be written instructions also. So what are the next steps? You pay the webinar special price fee. I'll just come to that. Then you enroll and then join the program and start with module 1. Total classes, I'll explain again. Module 1 will have 6 classes, module 2, 6 classes, module 3, 6 classes. And so total 18 classes, plus there'll be 2 customization classes in which your therapy will be customized as per your problem. Like Swamiji told, there's a Prana Shakti diagnosis. There's a diagnosis done, which is a non-medical diagnosis, in which the root cause of your problem is determined. And based on that, the therapy is customized and fine-tuned to address that particular force which has become weak in your body. These are the class start dates. This is the 57th batch that will be starting on Monday, 14th February. And the module 1 starts on 14th Feb. After completion of module 1, on 8th March, module 2 will start. On 30th March, module 3 will start. Ultimately, you will be completing all 3. Why 3 modules? Because the whole body has to be balanced. Like Swamiji told, the body has to be balanced at 8 levels. Then mentor classes will happen on the 3rd day of the main class. For module 1, the main class is on the mentors class is on Thursdays, and the main class is on the Mondays. For module 2, mentor classes will be on Fridays, and for module 3, mentor classes will be on Saturdays. What is the class experience like? These are live sessions, and mentors watch all the participants and observe and tell them and guide them, correct them there and then, so that they are able to do the kriyas correctly. Then there are written instructions, and then session recordings are made available to you. There are a lot of extra things that you'll be getting along with the main kriyas, main practices. There'll be mental practices, then be unique diet perspective, not a diet plan. It's a diet perspective, what to eat, when to eat, why to eat. And then there will be simple detox processes, and a lot of knowledge Swamiji will be sharing with you all during the program. Now, this is a calculation that I've done that many of you could be spending in just managing your disease. You could be paying anything between 6,000 to 12,000 for the complete year, just in the form of the doctor fees. Physiotherapy, if you did to physiotherapy, you could be spending another 12,000 to 30,000. Medicines may be costing another 15,000 to 30,000. If you total all these, it comes to 33 to 72,000 per year just to manage those diseases. And the side effects of allopathy treatments, if you're taking them, everybody knows about it. So what is the program fee? The 9,500 is the program fee for all the 9 weeks, the complete therapy, the customization, and the Prana Shakti diagnosis. If you divide 9,500 by 20 classes that you get, it comes to 475 per class. Each class is of 60 to 90 minutes duration. What all you get in this? You get Prana Shakti diagnosis for root cause determination. This is the therapy which is based on finding the root cause. Once you know the root cause, then a solution is possible. Otherwise, you're just guessing and making, experiments, just experimenting. What else you get? Weekly, there will be 1 main class of 60 to 90 minutes duration. Weekly, 1 practice class of 60 to 90 minutes. Then online course access for 1 year. All the recordings you'll be able to access for complete 1 year. Course dashboard. In the course dashboard, the videos of all the kriyas separately will be provided. And in the course dashboard also, written instructions will be there. Then the 7th point is the provide WhatsApp group to ask doubts, questions. This is the very important part, because the support that you get, since you'll be with us twice a week live, but on the remaining 5 days, when you're practicing alone, if you got doubts that time, so this is the place where you ask. This private WhatsApp group, this is a support group. And that individual participant progress tracking we do on a daily basis. Therapy customization for each participant in the 9th week. And we keep in touch even after the program is over. You'll be, even after the 9 weeks, you'll be shifted to a old students group wherein you'll still be able to ask questions and get your doubts cleared. There's a special webinar pricing. And you'll be happy to know there is this, instead of 9,500, it's just 5,500. And if you divide 5,500 by 20 classes, it just comes to rupees 275 per class. So that's, it's made very affordable, so everybody can afford it and, you know, get on the path to recovery and to a good health and a good lifestyle. How to enroll? You pay the program fee, then post the payment receipt in the WhatsApp group, fill and submit your details, join the first module and start attending classes. These are payment methods, and we'll share these in the chat also, and in the WhatsApp group also. Now, this is a support team. You get a complete support. Rachna Shival Botra, she is the program director. Shalini Bhagwat, she is one of the mentors. Atul Sharma, another mentor. Pooja Chopra, she's another mentor. Neha Upadhyay, she's in charge of enrollments. Anil Chauhan, that's me. You'll be interacting with me for your questions in the webinar WhatsApp group. I'll be answering all your questions. Himanshu Reddy, he takes care of all the login ID, password, whether your video is playing or not, for anything technical related to this, if your app is working or not. So Himanshu will be taking care of it. See, for behind every successful program, there has to be a proper team, and we have that team to take care of every one of you, and we'll hold your hand and guide you step by step. And with this, we come to the end of this part. If you got any questions still remaining, you can ask in the WhatsApp group, and we'll be very glad to answer this. And I'll just stop sharing. And with that, we can conclude the program and wish you all a very good night and a very healthy and happy life. Namaskar, Swami.